Attendants to please rise, remove all headwear, and that all talking and other distractions cease. Tonight's national anthem will be performed by Miss Hannah Lowe. Ladies and gentlemen, Swain County High School would like to ask your cooperation in ensuring the safety and well-being of players and fans alike. Children seated during live ball action. Thank you. And now for our starting lineups. First, for our visitors from Franklin High School. Number 10, Macy Bodenheimer. Number 11, Sydney Rowland. Number 12, Sam Hoyle. Number 20, Taylor Carlton. And number 24, Taylor Inslee. And now for your Lady Devils. At guard, number 10, Ashton Yonts. At center, number 40, Taylor Collins. One guard, number 14, Alyssa Smith. At forward, number 24, Grace Cave. And your other guard, number 12, Lindsay Hicks.
Hello again, everyone. Toby Burrell and Jeff Maher here with you, along with Joe Holt. We've got Lady Devil basketball coming your way. Non-conference action tonight on a Saturday night. Back-to-back games for both squads. Franklin Panthers in town, and Jeff, it should be a dandy.
Should be a good one. Anytime Franklin comes to town, you're going to have a lot of fast-paced, intense type action. I expect nothing less tonight.
And a show of sportsmanship as the two teams meet at half court to do a little prayer.
That is phenomenal. Kudos to these young ladies.
Absolutely. Nice job, ladies. Great sportsmanship.
For that.
We're the only two in the building to do that, but that's okay. We'll do it anyway. So it'll be Cave jumping up against, can't get a number on that.
Inslee.
Swain with a tip over to Yonts. Yonson goes up with that left hand, misses it. Rebound pulled out of there. Swain attacks it. Hicks comes out of there with it, backs it back out, sets the offense to Cave on the wing, and she traveled. A little too fast for her own good. Swain was at Robbinsville last night where they lost. And Franklin was at Pisgah last night where they lost.
Yeah,
so
lost big time.
Two teams coming off of conference losses, and it'll remain to be seen how what they've got left in the tank on these back-to-backs. I know a lot of people say, well, these are high school kids, but you know what? You go out there and play, 32 minutes. It takes a toll on you.
It takes a toll. That's exactly right.
And Swain with another turnover after that bucket by the Panthers. So 7:25 in your first period. Men's action to follow this. And it will be Sydney Rowland bringing it up, senior for the Panthers. She works against Hicks. Now passed off to Yance. They try to go inside. Collins punches that away. And then Rowland tried to save it but was out of bounds.
One key for our Lady Devils tonight, I've talked to Coach B earlier in the week, is just their scoring inconsistency. That's what they're worried about right now, is finding that one person who can give them some consistent scoring, and as a team, being able to put the ball in the basket.
Yance with a three on the way. It bounces out of there. Collins has it raked away from her by Inslee, and now the Panthers will go the other way. It'll be Rowland to bring it up, working against Hicks. Swain in man-to-man or woman-to-woman, if you will.
That should be a backcourt.
And they call a backcourt on Rowland, so turnovers aplenty here in the early going for both squads. 2-0 still your score. We're just under 7 minutes left in this first period of play. Hicks working against Taylor Carlton. There's a steal over there by Hull, and Hull will go all the way unchallenged and miss the layup. It comes bouncing out of there, and Hull will corral it again for the Panthers. Now it's Inslee up top, passes it back off to Hull. Underneath, turnaround jumper on its way by Bodenheimer. That's out. And Alyssa Smith with a rebound, raked out of there by Rowland. She goes in and lays it in off of the steal. So Sydney Rowland with a bucket for the Panthers. And now Smith into the front court, passes ahead to Collins. Collins once on the glass and lays it in.
Knocks it down. Good pass, Alyssa.
That was a great job by Taylor Collins. And we talked about this in the last broadcast, but I really felt like Taylor had a great game against Murphy, even though stats may not have bore that out. I think she finished with 4 points and 5 rebounds, but she did an outstanding job against their big players inside. Hicks very active with her hands here early on, and that one rolls away, picked back up over there by Inslee. She goes all the way baseline, then dumps it for Bodenheimer. Kay breaks it out of there, but no good. Now Rowland with it. She goes charging in, tries to kick it to Bodenheimer. Bodenheimer with it blocked, but a lot of arm on that as well. First foul of the game will go against Taylor Collins.
Taylor Collins, her first.
2 shots for Macy Bodenheimer, a junior for the Panthers. Bodenheimer shot back rims twice.
And it's going to fall out.
Sub at the table for the Panthers will be Nevia Tran as she checks into the ball game early on for Sydney Rowland.
A freshman to note. 2 freshmen on the floor right now for the Lady Panthers.
I just started to comment that this Panthers squad is very young. Pulled out of there by Collins nicely. She finds Smith, and now they'll bring it up. The Lady Devils will. 5:32 in the first. Yance works over on the Devils logo. To Cabe in the corner. Cabe drives hard baseline. Is cut off over there, and the foul will go against Taylor Inslee, one of those aforementioned freshmen. So Swain will inbound it after the aggressive move to the basket from Grace Cabe, and we've commented on this before, Jeff, that Grace seems to be at her best when she is aggressive.
Absolutely. She has to be that way, and I know it's a lot of pressure, but night in and night out, she's got to be giving 110% every night for us to be successful.
Hicks with a rebound. She could not get it back up. Collins comes away with it, but the Panthers are very active when you get that ball down around your waist. So Taylor's got to do a better job keeping the ball up in the air. And now into the front court is Tram working against Hicks. Over on the corner into Hull. Hull goes baseline on Smith. And Collins cuts her off, Coach. Very quickly, 2 fouls on Taylor Collins. And we go height for height as Bree Ross is set to check in for Taylor Collins.
And, I mean, it's glaring looking at the 2 benches, obviously.
Yeah.
I mean, we've got 3 girls sitting over here, and they've got at least 8 more. So that's worth noting as this game goes on.
Yeah, we probably should report to the fans at home that looks like Willa Bible and Aya Johnson not dressed tonight. And Reese Welch not here, so down 3 players that normally would be dressed, leaving 3 healthy bodies dressed on the bench. Bree Ross doesn't hesitate, steps into that 3. Cabe keeps it alive, tips it to Hicks. Now Hicks works over on the wing.
Good crossover.
Goes baseline, kicks it back out to Cabe. Jumper on its way.
Hey, knocks it down.
Only a 2 for Grace, but nice Shot from near the top of the key there for Cabe, and again, didn't hesitate, grabbed it and shot it. And that's what we like to see out of Grace, is that no hesitation. There she is with her still active hands. Now she's going to the basket. 24 against 24. Oh, that should count, but it won't, I bet. That foul is on Taylor Inslee, but it's before the shot, and it will be inbounded underneath. Subs for the Panthers, Kanan Drake and Maitland Ruiz. And an offensive foul.
Holy cow.
That's on Smith. So
Alyssa's first, team third. Didn't see that one.
There was some contact, but it looked like it was initiated by the girl guarding Hicks to try to stay with her, and it was called on Hicks, who she ran into. And that's Tran all the way to the bucket, slid her foot, and he's got that. That's a travel. And so 4:14 left in the first. We're tied at 4, and Hicks will now set the Swain offense. She's got Ross on one side, Yance on the other. Now they clear out that right side as we've got everybody on the court on the left-hand side for them. That somehow made it past Bodenheimer. Smith's three on the way is off, and that's going to be on Cade. And these Lady Devils have got to stay out of foul trouble, yes, Jeff. It's imperative tonight. Just under 4 minutes to play here in the first. And now it will be Tran working up court against Hicks. Freshman versus senior. Kay bats that one away instead of maybe just catching it. Now bats it again, and it'll be out of bounds Franklin ball. So now Tran will reset the Panther offense. Screen on the way. And that's offensive foul. Got to be, but I bet you anything it's going against Bree.
And it is.
And it is. How in the world does that go against Bree Ross, standing there minding her own business, and gets blasted, and the foul on her?
And that's team 5 already.
So Franklin controls the ball, working against Ross now. Hicks up top, gets the screen. Smith helps out, and now Hull goes all the way to the basket, throws it off of Lindsay's foot, and the Panthers will maintain the ball. This is shaping up to be one of those nights where just weird stuff seems to happen. Is. No call on the switch. Bree Ross with a blocked shot, grabs it, has it ripped out of her hands, and now the Panthers will bring it back the other way. Cave guarding Tran. Tran goes to the block, raked out of there by Smith, and Ross goes 1-on-5 here. Now holds it up, finds Smith. Got Hicks in the corner for a three. It's on its way, and it's off the front iron. Cave is there for the rebound, and she tries to go up, but it's going to be a jump ball. So more subs for the Panthers. That's Ashlyn Watts checking into the ball game. Bree Ross will kick it in underneath with just over 3 minutes remaining here in the first. Franklin stays man-to-man. So let's see what screen action brings. She had Smith for a moment open on that low block, missed her. Now Cabe's got it out front. Ross will reset things. Hicks over on the wing has it. Yance almost had it ripped away from her. Cabe with a three in the bounce. Front iron no good. Pulled out of there. 4 white shirts converge, but here come the Panthers. Watts going all the way to the bucket. No call. That one's blocked and a foul call.
Number 10, Ashton Yance, her first.
Yeah. Score still 4-4, believe it or not, after all of that. 2:39 still remaining, and this is going to be Kanan Drake, a freshman, at the line. That one rattles out. Kira Shook will see her first action of the night. She's got Ashton Yance here early on in this one.
Yeah, this substitution pattern is going to get really creative tonight for us, I'm afraid.
It's going to have to.
It's going to have to.
Foul trouble starting to mount.
Better be ready at all times.
Well, it's already happened because Alyssa Smith has not got her customary break at the 4-minute mark that she normally gets. And Hicks pulls that out of there. Crosses over, is going all the way to the hole, lays it up
nice
and
move,
in.
Lindsay Hicks. And Lindsay has a noted size advantage over number 22, Tran. I believe she can get to the hoop about any time she wants to.
Absolutely.
May see some clear-out situations as this game goes along.
The Panthers working the ball, and we're going to travel on that. So 2:09 here in the first period of play. Swain with the ball and a 1-point lead. Hicks with it now, works against Tran. Beats her with a crossover, goes all the way to the hole,
nice
kicks it
look.
to Kay. Beautifully done.
Beautiful look. Lindsay Hicks with a left hand. Wow.
Gorgeous play to Cave for the lay-in. 8-5 now, Maroon Devils. Tran works it into the front court. That's Carlton over there, the lone starter, still on the floor for the Panthers. Shot up and on its way, bounces out. Ross has it bound away. Now they all hit the floor, and Smith takes one in the nose. Let's see if Alyssa's okay. I don't think she is. I think she's bleeding.
There's blood everywhere.
Yeah, I think she's got a nose, and immediately they're going to have to check on her. Carrie Powell out. As they do that, we'll take a break. And we're back after that break, folks. Alyssa has made her way off with Carrie Powell in tow. It looks like a bloody nose. We'll know the results of that later on, but that makes a thin Lady Devil team even thinner, Jeff.
Yes, it does. I mean, it's hard to look at down there, really.
Yeah, it is, and we hope all the best for Alyssa. She walked off under her own power, which is a great sign in those situations that she wasn't concussed. It didn't look like, at least. That's always a concern anymore. And that's a foul Ashton really can't afford to do, just leaning in. And that's 2 on her.
That's 2 on her. And I think we're 1-1.
Got to be 7-2 foul-wise.
Yes.
Not that matters a whole ton. So to the line will be Taylor Carlton. She's a sophomore. She has that one rattle out. Yance with a rebound, finds Ross, and now Ross will hand it off to the senior Lindsay Hicks. And 1:23 and counting. Hicks looks deep to Cabe, who muscles her way in, doesn't get that one to go, and Carlton pulls down the rebound. Looks like she almost walked twice, but no call. And then that one is directly to the cheerleaders, who were open. So that wasn't a terrible pass in that regard, although I'm not sure they were ready to receive
No,
that
they
pass.
weren't ready, no.
So now Hicks brings it in. She's guarded now by Carlton. Yance goes hard to the hole, lays it up and off, gives her own rebound out of there, forces a jump ball.
Should be
and it'll
ours.
Swain ball. So good job by Ashton to force that. Ashton in a difficult situation over there. Those of you who followed Lady Devils all year and even last year knows that she goes better to her left than she does to her right. And she took that one strong with her right hand, which is a good positive sign.
Good to see. That's right.
So now Cave getting pushed off of the spot. Gets her dribble back, and now will weave her way through. Shoot it from behind the backboard. Doesn't go. And now here come the Panthers the other way. It'll be Hull working against Ross. Hull goes all the way to the baseline. Ross rakes at her again, and it'll put the Panthers back on the free throw line.
Will. Breeze second, too. So now we have 3 people already with 2 fouls running out of the first quarter yet.
36 seconds remaining in that first quarter, by the way, for this women's game. It'll be Hull at the line, and she misses it. Kira Shook boxes her out, and Grace Cave boxes out on the block. Hicks with it on the wing is attacked by 2 defenders. Cave with a 3 on the way. Rattles her all the way home and doesn't go, and here comes Hull again crossing over. And you can't call a foul after the fact.
No way. That's on Kira Shook.
She was already by that double team and stumbled. Come on now. So it will be
Hull back to the line.
1-1 still for this immediate moment anyway.
It's going to stay Franklin.
And so the Panthers keep a possession out of that. Coach Michael Turner is going to have to be at his most creative for the remainder of this game, folks. This is going to be tough. Yance with a rebound. Immediately she's accosted by 2 Panthers. No calls forthcoming. And Ross will work it up at 10 seconds. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. Yance bounces out of there. She can't get free of the ball. The official on that side's not even looking at her. Come on, guys. Get control of this game.
Man. Unbelievable.
So the moral to the story is anytime you bring the ball to your waist, you are going to get attacked.
Here's Lindsay off a screen.
Shot good.
Looks good. Boom. Knocks it down. That's big.
Lindsay hits that one to give the Lady Devils an 11-5 lead after 1. We'll be back with the second period. So we're set for the second 8 here from Swain High School. We'll try to keep you updated on Alyssa Smith. It looks as though from our angle at least she's still at the trainer's table with Carrie Powell, has not left. Although I did see her dad go down just then to go to the hospital for x-rays, which I'm sure will be forthcoming. And the Panthers, who have clearly been the aggressor from the second period on, we've got to quit that stuff. This is just crazy. That's on Yance again.
That's her 3rd, Coach.
So Collins will have to check back in now. She has to. The Panthers now do not have to run an offense for the remainder of this half. They can go to the free throw line and shoot as long as the Lady Devils are willing to reach in and commit fouls and have those continue to mount. The foul situation is 11-2, which we would say is terrible, and it is because the Panthers are doing just as much reaching from what I can tell as the Lady Devils are. But it's not evened out yet. That one's off. Cave's got it. She has someone over her back, but no call. And Ross will steam the other way, pulls it up. Now reverses her way back out, guarded in there by Rowland.
Can't find her.
Yeah, they've lost Lindsay Hicks, which is indescribable.
Good pass.
No foul.
No foul. Unbelievable.
So Collins with her shot blocked. Cave bats that one out of bounds. out of sheer athleticism. So, wow.
Unbelievable.
Going to be one of those nights, folks. All I can tell you.
It's a walk.
Thank you.
And we're not trying to play favorites. It just is what it is.
Yeah.
I mean, we're not getting any calls down here on our end.
I'm not saying that we've not committed the ones we've committed.
No, I'm not either.
But there's two sides to the court here. That's all we're saying.
Good aggressive move. Look at that.
Good job, Taylor. Great pass from Lindsay.
Yes,
Lindsay doing a good job seeing the court and involving her teammates tonight.
That's her third assist to go along with 5 points for Lindsay. So she's trying to get everybody involved.
The Panthers look content offensively to drive it in and try to get that off of the help. Collins with a rebound. Now they find Smith to Ross, and Hicks comes back to get it. We'll set the Swain offense. 6-4. Nobody picks her up again. I like that defense.
Look at that crossover. Nice move, Lindsay.
I like that. Don't cover Lindsay. I'm all right with that.
Yeah, I'm all right with that.
Hicks
Careful.
tries to reverse. They keep finding the help. And that's the first bucket they've made in a very long time that wasn't a free throw. 15-8 your score. It's 6:20 and counting.
Now it looks like a zone, Coach.
It may have been what they were in all along. Ill-advised pass, and it's pulled out of there by Carlton. Cabe steals it, now ends up all the way into the alleyway there trying to save it. Back into the game will be Kanan Drake. She's got Hull.
Freshman for freshman again.
And it'll be Franklin Ball underneath. Sydney Rowland will trigger it in for the Panthers over there, who go with a flat set. And that'll be Drake working outside. Back to Rowland. Rowland goes off the dribble, up and off. Kiera Shook, rather.
Golly, man.
With the rebound.
And a wrist grab.
Charlotte Jackson into the game for Shook for the first time. So all 8 of the Lady Devils dressed tonight have been in the game now. And that laid in by Taylor Inslee. And that cuts the Swain lead to 5 at 15-10. Now Coach Turner calling an offensive set. They do look like they've switched to a 1-3-1 zone, probably trying to trap out of it. Collins back out. Now Collins.
And a foul.
There we go.
Good.
Collins and Cade both had that one corralled, and it was Collins who was fouled on the play. Looked like on Taylor Inslee.
Is that 24? If it is, that's her third. She's the only one they've called a foul on all night long. It is.
She's the only Panther who's not been out of the ball game. She will now come out of the ball game. In for her is Ashlyn Watts, a junior. And Taylor Collins will get her second free throw. That one's off as well. And the Panthers will bring it this way. Hicks works in there against Rowland. It's punched, but Hicks got it.
Lindsay with it.
Tries to come away with it. Has it ripped out of her hands. Now she falls to the floor. Shot on the way, and fresh off the bench, Ashlyn Watts makes that one over the tallest Lady Devil player on the court. Now Hicks brings it in against this zone. Now they're switching up again.
There's the trap.
To Cabe up top, back underneath to Jackson, who tries to do something with it. Ends up pinned, and now it'll be turned over. Here come the Panthers. And there's a double dribble. Nobody saw it because he turned his back on it. And the other officials weren't in position. Shot on the way from the baseline. That's off. Hicks with a rebound. Now Lindsay sprints out with it. She's got Ross ahead of her, but can she beat them all on her own? She
Get in there.
does.
Oh.
And almost has her shoulder ripped out of the joint. And we'll get 2 free throws for her trouble. Sydney Rowland with the foul. It'll only be the 5th by the scoreboard on the Panthers. And as we said, 3 of those were against Taylor Inslee.
Yes.
So Hicks cans the first one. Pushes the lead to 4. Shook back in for Jackson.
So Lindsay has half our points now. That's her 8th. Looking for number 9.
Shot's up and good.
Gets it.
So timeout by Swain before they can get the ball inbounded. So Coach Turner has called 30 seconds, so we'll keep it right here. Our next broadcast will be Tuesday here for basketball. Home action coming your way. Every Tuesday in the month of January, we're at home.
I noticed that. Full schedule of things ahead. A lot of basketball. Got that big wrestling one coming up in a couple of weeks.
Yep.
A lot of action here at Swain County High School.
Well, the winter season is in the middle of it right now, steaming towards the end for wrestling. They will start team duels right as February begins. The Lady Devils and Maroon Devils will begin conference tournament play about the second week in February. So it's not far off,
no,
folks.
It's not.
And we've inbounded the ball with 6 players on the court just then and no call. The Franklin player stepped off as they started dribbling up court. Hicks swipes that one away. It will be Franklin basketball. 4:14 in the second, 5-point lead for the Lady Devils. Shot on its way. It is way off. Collins with it, but she can't get out of there.
Lord of mercy.
She's doing the best she can. That's going to be on Watts.
Her first. Only
And
team 5th, I believe.
Yep. So let's see. It's back to the trap, it looks like.
Going to try to get Lindsay down in that corner away from it. They shade to her. Here she is.
Well,
that was a foul again. It's going to stay Swain basketball.
At least there's that. So Bree Ross will inbound it as they try to spring Hicks loose. And that one's kind of skitters away, and it will be Tran who weaves her way up court now with Grace Cabe in her hip pocket. Now over to Drake, who puts it on the floor.
Good help defense by Bree Ross.
They love to drive to the baseline, don't they?
Yes, they do.
And then try to get those folks on the block. Yep. Hicks with a steal. She rakes that out of there. Now she's got 3 on 2 if Cabe will catch up. Out to the wing to Ross. She dumps it for Shook. Shook's got a good look at a shot.
Good look.
Nails that one off a nice pass from Bree Ross. 19-12 now with 3:22 remaining in this one. That's a good cut. Missed shot. Shook with a rebound. It falls out of her hand. And now back up and rolls in for Ashlyn Watts. No, check that. Drake.
I believe it was Drake, yeah.
Cabe on the wing now works against 2 defenders. Hicks on the wing. She's got a clean look at a 3. And that
knocks
good.
It down.
Again from Ross. So good facilitation from Bree Ross. And the Lady Devils have built an 8-point lead here at 22-14. 2:45 and counting.
And
that
a steal.
Right to Lindsay Hicks. Now Lindsay's got 2 on 2. Crosses over, loses the ball, but it rolls off of Franklin's leg, fortunately. And Melanie Hull, another freshman, checks in for the Panthers. Bree Ross will inbound it at the 2:36 mark. There's Hicks with it up top now. She works on the S against Drake. Ross on the wing, shot on the way. That one's off. Saved by the Panthers, right to Cabe. Cabe finds Shook. Now Shook's looking for somewhere to go with it. Heads off and is tripped. That one's on Melanie Hull, who's fresh into the ball game. Now Ross will inbound it. Again, 2:23 before the half.
Here comes Lindsay off a double screen.
Sets herself. It's short, but it should bounce right to Cabe, who didn't go for it. And now it'll be Carlton who steams out of there with it. 3 on the way by Tran, and it's off the front iron. Hicks with a rebound is hammered, hangs on to it. Cabe tracks it down in the corner, is trapped, but finds Hicks back with it. Ross up top to Shook in the corner.
Good extra pass. Get
good
in there,
look.
basketball.
Kiera knocks that one down. Another good pass from
Bree Ross, man, that's her 3rd assist.
And the lead is now 10 for the Lady Devils. Timeout Panthers with Swain on top by 10. 1:54 remaining before the half. cheerleaders out to do their thing.
You know, I'll tell you, Lindsey Hicks is obviously doing all the scoring for us right now, but what a great last 3 minutes from Bree Ross and Kiera Shook.
Absolutely.
Bree hustling, facilitating a lot of stuff, 3 big assists, and Kiera 2 big baskets right here. A lot of loose ball efforts, so kudos to those 2 young ladies. We got to have that.
Well, the key is when you're an underclassman, you can't stand there and wait for somebody else to score. You got to put up the shots when you're open.
You got to be willing to take it. That's right.
Oh, man. What do you do? What do you do? Still looking down at the trainer's table. Haven't seen Alyssa come out of there yet. Back to the bench, checking the stands for her parents to see if they've taken her on to get
I don't see them
checked out. So they may have taken her on. I'm sure that the injury itself, once the bleeding is stopped, is going to require an X-ray just to make sure that there's nothing broken in there. And
so this is a big 154 right here for us. We've got to push this lead and go into halftime with a lot of excitement and encouragement here.
If nothing else, no more fouls.
No more fouls.
Shot on its way is off. It spills in there. Ross hits the deck again. See if she's all right. I believe she is. Now they back off on Hicks. Tran with it inside the paint, posting up Ross. At least they've got the 2 big ones together there, Tran and Ross. Good job over there by Charlotte Jackson. Almost a 5 count. Jackson into the ball game. We didn't report that. She's got Yant still on the bench with 3 fouls. Tran all the way to the hole, misses it, and just blindly throws it out. Look at poor Bree Ross gets nailed. My goodness sakes, are we going to have enough players to finish this ball game?
Pop up, Bree.
She got sandwiched.
I think she got the breath knocked out of her, you reckon?
I hope so. She looks to be moving okay right now.
I'd have missed who they called the foul on. 20?
She's going to get 1-1 for her troubles. And let's see if Bree can make good on it. Kiera Shook in for Taylor Collins.
She's got 2 fouls.
Yep. Coach Turner doing all he can to protect those 2 fouls. And the gym falls silent as Bree Ross attempts the first one. That's back iron and no good. Pulled out of there by the Panthers. Now Tran will race the other way with it. Hicks will cut her off. Contest the shot. It's off the back rim, but position over there by Carlton saves it. Now Shook tries to poke it away and can't. Back over to the Drake on this side. She blows by. Good block by Hicks. Now Hicks has got Ross ahead. Can Bree catch up with it? No, she cannot, and she pulled up lame. I hope somebody tripped her.
She's going to tough it out.
45 seconds and counting before they can take a break and kind of collect themselves here. A great job by Coach Turner and Coach Blankenship and their staff in keeping the composure for this bunch, because it would have been easy to have lost it here early on.
I about lost mine.
That shot is way off. Ross tracks it down but can't hold on to it.
It's worth noting, too, I've kind of kept track of turnovers. We had 10 the first quarter. We've only had 2 this whole quarter. So we've cut that down some.
Well, I think we've equaled them out by being active in there. And that one dropped in by Ashlyn Watts 42. Again. She's provided some offense off the bench. We're at 15 seconds and counting. Shook with it. Ball fake over to Ross. She catches up with it. Back to Hicks with 6 to 5 to 4. Inside to Jackson. Good job in there by Cade. They had played off Charlotte, and she was able to punch that ball inside. That foul will be on
23. Melanie Hull, her second.
And with 2.5 left, Charlotte Jackson will go to the line to shoot 1-1. I think we're still in,
yes.
Although she was turning to try to gather a shot. Cave in there amongst the trees has it, ends up on the ground, and the ball out of bounds will be Franklin's ball with 0.1 left. So
that's impossible.
Barring a miracle shot, which shouldn't even count if they do throw it in. Nope. It was good, though.
Good effort by that girl.
But that'll take Swain and Franklin to the half with the Lady Devils on top, 24-16. And we're back for the final 16 of this one. And, Jeff, the bad news continues to roll in for the Lady Devils. Bree Ross, tough time coming back out of halftime. Needed assistance in walking to the bench. So, looks like some type of lower leg injury for Bree, and her availability is uncertain at best at this juncture of the game. Alyssa Smith has left the building, not to be like Elvis, but to go get x-rays. And the Panthers' first shot rolls all the way around and out. Yance fights for it, but bounces it out of bounds, and it will be Panther basketball. So the good news for the Lady Devils is they hold an 8-point lead here going into this third period. Shot on the way from Hull for 3, and that was a 2. Her foot was on the line, so all is well there. And picking up Hicks will be Carlton. Shook with it over on the wing. It's punched at by Rowland. Cabe over to Yance. 3 on the way from Ashton, and that's back iron no good. Punched out of bounds by the Panthers. So Ashton Yance, the one with the most serious foul problems of the Lady Devils. Franklin in man-to-man at this point. Cabe was open and didn't realize it. Shot is blocked, I guess. And they pile up out there and come away with it. Now, Hicks blocks that one, and it'll stay Franklin basketball. So the Panthers to inbound it here. It will be Sam Hull doing the honors. And we got a block before the ball's even thrown in.
Holy cow.
And that's on Franklin.
Oh, it's on them. I'm just used to it being on us.
Macy Bodenheimer is whistled for that one before they can even inbound it. So now Hicks will work against Carlton again. Freshman versus sophomore. And she goes off of the Collins screen, finds Collins rolling back inside to Shook, but she's covered up. Now it's passed back out, turned over, and they pass it off to Inslee, who steams the other way against Hicks. Shot is up and off. Collins with a rebound and a jump ball again. What do you got to do if you're trying to coach post players? What's the solution to that? I mean, they're getting mugged, and
I know what I would tell her to do, but it probably wouldn't be very ethical.
Yeah, well, I mean, realistically, as a coach, you've got to move your arms and swing them a little bit to try to get them off of you. So Yance tries to go baseline, is cut off, picks it back out to Hicks, who fell on her own, I guess we could say.
Sure.
Shot is off. Cabe fighting for it in there, saved by the Panthers. They're going to keep it. As this thing steamrolls towards more physicality for both squads. That's Inslee, backs up, shot off the back iron. Collins with it. Now they try to grab it from behind.
It's Taylor's 10th rebound, a note.
Yeah.
All contested.
She's had to work for every one of them. So now they're going to leave us alone in a zone, it would appear, except on Hicks.
Maybe
Cabe
a box
goes baseline and get a foul call. And Cabe will get a pair of free throws. A good aggressive move by Grace. She had Taylor Collins that she could have dumped to right there for an easy bucket. So a good job working against that particular defense set up by the Panthers. Cabe's first free throw is good.
Knocks it down.
And so now the score 25-18, just under 6 minutes to go in the third. Cabe will get a second one here. Taylor Collins has some shoe issues that she's working on.
Grace looking for a 6-pointer tonight.
Bree Ross has now left the Swain bench. I don't know if she's getting medical attention from Carrie Powell, who's been the busiest person in the building.
Gets it.
Or what the situation. We'll keep an eye out for Bree and let you know as soon as we know. Franklin into the front court. Swain still up by 8 here. Yance lets that go all the way to the baseline. Kicks it back out. Shot on the way. That's off. And Carlton with it.
Oh, come on. If that's on Taylor, oh, my lands.
So 3 now on Taylor Collins,
Yes, it is.
3 on Ashton Yance. It may leave Grace, Lindsay, and Kiera to play the rest of this game. And lay in by Inslee of the uncontested variety because we couldn't contest it. She's got to have possession to be able to walk with it. So a walk, a 5:25 mark. This Swain lead is shrunk to 6 with a chance to go to 4 or 3 with a 3-point bucket. Give and go, and that's unable to be contested because Yance couldn't do anything. So it's to 4, and the Franklin crowd starts to get involved now. Michael Turner slows things down, calls Yance to this side, and now they'll work it back over to the other side. Shook with it. She'll keep it up top. Back over to Yance as Hicks goes on the baseline. Cave's going to take a shot. Collins fights
Look
for
at
it.
Taylor.
Tries
Atta girl.
to rip it out of there. Jump ball.
Man.
God almighty, I've seen enough jump balls tonight. Come on. Panthers control that, so 4-point lead could shrink to 2 or 1 on this trip down. It's Rowland working into the front court. Cabe gets a hand on that pass, and Yance retrieves it, so Swain will go the other way now. Hicks picked up by Ainsley, crosses over, loses her. Now Yance is free, goes in, throws it up because she's fouled. And so Ashton Yance will go to the line for a pair of free throws.
Number 11, Sydney Rowland, her second.
Quickly off the bench for the Panthers is Ashlyn Watts, a junior. And Ashton Yance will go to the free throw line here for a pair. That one rattles home. So she's made that one. Out of the game will be Bodenheimer for the Panthers, and Ashton will get a second free throw here at the 4:26 mark in your third period of play. Yance's shot is around and out, pulled out of there by the Panthers. And now they'll kick it ahead to Rowland, who pulls up and resets things for Franklin. Now decides to go the other way, looks under the block. Grace Cave beats the ball there and bats it out of bounds. Good hustle by Grace. Coach Dietz approved of that over on the other sideline. The Panthers get the inbounds. She'll go all the way to the baseline. And double dribble. Ashton really playing with fire. Had a good block on that, but the danger always is they might call that even if it was a legit block. So Yance will inbound it. Cabe sets the screen on Inslee, who will backpedal now to half court before she picks Lindsey Hicks up. They're obviously going to guard Lindsey.
Yeah, they're in a box
man-to-man.
more,
They're
for sure.
They're definitely in a box. I saw Coach Blankenship grab the whiteboard to be able to diagram some stuff up. But realistically, up by 5 at this juncture, it'd be fine for Grace to stand out there and hold it for 3 minutes and 50 seconds.
For a lot of reasons. Strategy, conditioning, because you've got to worry about our conditioning at this point, too. I mean, these 5 girls, some of these girls aren't used to playing much at all. And now they're having to go a whole quarter at a time.
Well, add to it the fact that they played a full game last night.
That's right.
So the back-to-backs. So they come out now. Cabe all the way to the basket. Man, wow.
Come on, man.
Jeez. And the foul called on Cabe instead of a jump ball.
Grace is second, luckily. She's got 2 and Lindsay has 0, so that's one positive in the foul situation, but that's about it.
Cabe dives in there, jump ball now.
It's going to be ours.
She gets the possession out of it, but it looked like she had possession on her own. Was ready to throw that thing out to Lindsay when they blew the whistle. I've been fine with not even wasting the jump ball call on that one. So Carlton back playing man-to-man, and there goes Yance to the bucket.
It could go.
There. Oh, tough break for Ashton as it didn't go, but she'll get back to the free throw line now.
Number 12.
Good aggressive move by Ashton. Again, Yance and Kay both are at their best when they're being aggressive like that. And so that was big to attack that diamond, box, whatever it ends up being when they're moving around.
And she's found herself on that left side the last couple of possessions.
Yeah, that helps. So into the game comes Tran again. She's got Rowland. We saw that substitution in the first half. Tran very effective as a freshman in being able to penetrate and cause havoc for the Lady Devils. That one's going to roll in.
Oh, gets the roll.
So Ashton gets a roll there. And the Lady Devils extended back to 7, just under 3 minutes to go here in the third period of play. So Tran works against Cabe up top. Handed back off to Hicks. Now she'll go all the way to the basket.
Oh, good screen by
and lay it off. Yance has got it. She smartly puts the ball on the floor and tries to go with it. Now we'll be tied up again. Oh, Jesus. So Franklin ball. And 2:42 remaining. Collins again with 3, if you remember. Instead of a score graphic, we may have to put a foul graphic up there. She's right here. There we go.
Got a girl. Ashton being really aggressive.
Good.
24.
That's 4 on her.
That's 4 on her, yes, sir.
Very quickly off the bench is Kanan Drake to check back in. Coach Blankenship's taking this opportunity to talk to Lindsey Hicks about some things dealing with that defense. And Ashton doing great work here at the free throw line. Pushes the Swain lead back up to 8 where it was at the half.
She's went to the stripe now 3 out of the last 4 possessions down here. 4 or 5, looking to be 5 or 6. But she does.
Good job. So now it's a 9-point advantage. Swain's actually extended their lead a little bit here, and we're at 2:20 and counting.
Blocked.
That's pretty much all the Panthers are going to do is that little race to the baseline and then try to get as many people on the glass as they can. Back across to Cabe, who sets it up top.
I think Coach is going to try to hold it here a little bit. He's wanting
to
pull it out and hold it.
Definitely got them spread out, looking for Taylor on that low block.
Yeah, he told Lindsay to come over here in the corner and just stay. So
now what are they going to do? Are the Panthers going to come out? Collins, great position on the block, posting up.
Look here. There we go.
Again. Spread them out and attack. Good job by the Lady Devils there.
Number 12, Sam Hull, her second.
So Yance back at the free throw line. And the foul starting to rack up for the Panthers, which means Swain will be shooting 2 instead of a 1-and-1 in the fourth quarter, which is a good thing.
Ashton is making it pay off that line, Coach.
Yeah, I wasn't going to mention that.
I'm going to mention I got confidence in her. Watch this.
So I think she's believing right now.
That a girl. Bingo.
Nails it.
7 of 8.
33-24, back to 9. 1:30 remaining here in the third. Good job on that. Should get to it. She goes for it. That's got to be a jump ball.
Swain ball.
We've seen a ton of those as we go along.
Swain ball. The girls are even laughing about it now.
So it'll be Swain basketball over on the wing here. 1:24 in this third. And Franklin extending to full court pressure here. So they get it into Cabe. She'll bring it up. But now back in a man-to-man, Lindsey Hicks can become involved again in the offense. Cabe tries to go hard.
And we'll get another foul.
Free throw line for Grace Cabe. Clock stops at 1:10.
Is that 32? Yeah.
Yeah.
Watts, her second. Grace also 2 for 2 in this quarter from the free throw line. Knocks it down.
Good job, Grace. Into the lineup for the Panthers is Melanie Hull. So Cabe will get her second one.
So we're looking for our 11th point of just this quarter from the free throw line. 11 big points. And we get it.
We had a sub at the table, but we didn't get them in. Charlotte Jackson was sitting there trying to get somebody out, most likely Collins. And so the Panthers work. We're under a minute now. All the way to the hole is Taylor Carlton unchecked because the Lady Devils with foul trouble under there didn't want to play it. So one crossover and Hicks is into the front court on her own. Goes by, misses the shot, but there's Taylor to clean it up. So Taylor Collins extends this thing to 11 at 37-26. And into the front court comes Tran, crosses over, double dribble, no call. Back up top, ball faked by Hull. Back out to Carlton. Over to Tran. Tran looks to split the double team. Can't. Back up top again to Carlton. Hands it off. Ball fake on Collins. She didn't go for it.
There's the steal.
Cabe with a steal. Can she win the race
and the
against
foul.
Tran? And Tran takes the foul, and that will put Swain in a 1-and-1. And now Jackson will check in. She's got Collins here with 14.8 remaining. in this third period of play. Cabe with a chance to extend this to a 13-point lead if she makes good on both free throws.
She knocks it down.
Makes the first one.
5 for 5.
And she'll go back for another opportunity here. And she's got that one.
Yes, sir. 6 of 6.
So 13 seconds and counting. Hicks guards Tran over there. She walked.
Yes, sir.
Good job by Lindsay to force the pressure on that one. Collins back at the scores table. She's got Jackson.
Offense for defense. Yep.
10.5 on the clock, in case you're wondering. Shook's got the inbounds pass, knocked out of bounds. So Swain will advance into their front court here to inbound it. Yance will trigger it in. Hicks is waving her off. She'll throw it in now.
Just get on this block, Taylor. There's no help. Get on this block.
It's too far out, but they got a foul on her. So Collins is going to get 1-and-1 right now. We've got, I think that, is that 9?
Let's see.
So the next one to be 2 shots, the remainder.
9-2. That a girl. I'm telling you, the free throw line's been the story, Coach.
And Collins
She's
joins
going to get
the
shooter,
parade.
sir.
Bodenheimer checks back in for Hoyle. And Charlotte Jackson awaits to check in for Collins on a make. And, of course, she missed. So we're to 7, 6, 5, and into the front court is Hoyle. She pulls up for a 3. It's on the way and off. Bodenheimer's shot
no good.
Counted, but it doesn't go. And the Lady Devils have a 14-point advantage heading into the fourth quarter. We'll be back with the final 8. So we've got 8 minutes separating the Lady Devils from a victory here, as they will start on the defensive end of the court. The story of the game so far has been 2 major factors, that of short-handed Lady Devils and injuries, and Swain's success at the free throw line. So let's see if those 2 stories can continue to play out positively here the remainder of this game. Franklin gets it first, works inside, shot up and off. Collins with a rebound. She tries to kick it to Hicks. Shook comes out of there with it and then pulls up, thinks better of it.
Nice, that's smart.
Hands it over to the senior, and now Lindsay Hicks will set the offense
Straight
as they go man-to-man again. Kicked but punched out of there by Carlton, and the Panthers will come the other way. Now all bets are off. That was a little bit of a walk. Collins and Yance with 3 fouls, and all bets are off at this juncture. They've got to play, even if there is just 1 sub.
Yes.
Cabe thinks better of it, pulls it back out, passes it off to Yance. Yance goes with her left hand over to Shook in the corner. Shook brings it all the way back out now with the ball on the string, works at the top, finds Yance inside. Ashton goes to the bucket, misses it. Taylor cleans it up inside for the Swain bucket.
Taylor's 13th rebound.
Under 7 to play in this one. And that looked like a pretty clean block. Let's see who the foul's on, Cabe or Collins.
Collins, of course, her 4th.
4 on Taylor. To the line will go Taylor Inslee. Charlotte Jackson at the table. 6:51 remaining. And that one's good. So Jackson for Collins here. And another shot for Taylor Inslee. That one's off. Ashton Yance tracks it down. Let's see if she can come out of there alive, and she does. Steaming the other way. She goes all the way to the hole, fires it up. It's off. Jackson and Shook battle over there, and it's off of the Panthers. No.
Oh, come on. He changed it.
It'll be Panther basketball. Ooh. Check that.
Wow.
And so the Panthers inbound it here. 6:38 and counting.
There's
Kate
Grace.
Punches it away and then bounces it off.
Look at that effort
of Bodenheimer before she ends up landing in the Swain section over there. So Yance to inbound it. Hicks comes around to take it. She's still guarded by Carlton. Now she crosses Carlton over and goes to the basket with her left hand all the way to the hole. Is fouled. Jackson tries to get it, can't. Now Cabe's got to catch Inslee in the front court and does, but commits a foul in the process.
It's going to be her third.
6:16, in case you're wondering about time. Back to the line is Taylor Inslee with a chance to cut this to 11 for the Panthers. She makes the first one. And she will have a second one for her troubles. Inslee is a freshman. That one's off. Shook pokes it out of there right to Cabe. So Cabe hands it off to Yance, who will now bring it into the front court. Out to Cabe. Inside to Yance, and she's fouled.
Good look by Grace on that almost flex type cut.
It was.
Number 10, Bodenheimer, her
Two
third.
shots the remainder of the way for the Lady Devils. At the scores table will be Kanan Drake again for the Panthers. Ashton Yance goes back to the free throw line with a chance to push this lead to 14. She makes good on the first. So Drake is checking in now. Let's see who she's got. It will be Carlton. No, check that. It will be
Inslee?
Yes. They can't play with 6, I know. There's a rule. So Yance will get a second free throw now. The lead is 13, 43-30, 6:01 exactly in this one. And Yance misses for the first time in a very long time. Shook almost ties that up. Cabe does tie it up. Shook goes to the floor to try to get it away. And now it's in the corner. Yance lets it go. Jackson steps in there. Oh, and it's a block on Charlotte. She looked like she had pretty good position from my vantage point, but it'll be a foul on her.
Her first.
And I guess that was a shooting foul. So Taylor Inslee back to the free throw line. She makes good to cut it to 12. And Inslee with a second one now coming. It is front iron, no good. Jump ball.
Be Swain's ball.
Tied up, so Cabe steals a possession. Timeout by the Panthers with your score 43-31, 5:45 remaining in this one. So again, Swain down to 6 players, Jeff, at this juncture of the ball game. Taylor Collins with 4 fouls. Yance and Cabe with 3.
Yep.
Everybody else is okay.
Everybody else is okay.
Essentially half the team in foul trouble.
Half the team in foul trouble. I'll tell you, I've just been so proud of the effort they've given, though. I'm telling you, it's just been phenomenal to watch these girls play tonight.
In case you're wondering, since there is a full 5 minutes remaining, yes, you can finish a game with less than 5 players on the court.
Yes.
So in case we're headed that way, Swain could finish that way. It's not recommended, of course, and it's certainly not easy on those 4, but you can finish. So Swain now looks to inbound it. They get it into Cave. She tries to go baseline, and Taylor Inslee has just fouled out of this ball game.
That's it. Yep, she's been the aggressor down here on offense the last several possessions. She's done.
2 shots for Cabe at the free throw line, and Bodenheimer is off the bench and into the game for the Panthers.
Which is good for us. Grace is 6 of her last 6.
So Cabe gets 2, as we said. Swain up 12. The senior, Cabe spins it, shoots it, and it's good.
Knocks it down.
She'll have a second one for her troubles now. And that one is up. And
gets the roll.
Goes.
Wow.
So the Panthers now working into the front court, rolling with the ball on the floor all the way down. Passes it off to Drake, and there's a three on the way. Jackson battles for it. Hicks battles for it. And Cave has just committed her fourth foul. After the ball, apparently from Lindsey Hicks' expression, bounced out of bounds.
Bounced out of bounds.
Hicks smacks that one out of bounds, and it'll be Franklin basketball again. Cave 4, Collins 4.
Yance 3. And everybody else is okay.
That one's tracked down by Drake. Cut off on the baseline by Shook. Shot on the way. It's back ironed, and Hicks has got it in her hands. And now she will bring it across at 5:16. Turner calling an offense.
Look at Charlotte. Get in there.
Man,
Look
Charlotte
at that.
Jackson, big bucket by
That's
the
huge.
senior. That was a big, big bucket. 47-31 now. Franklin puts the ball on the floor and just steamrolls. Jackson steps over again. Looked like she again had good position, but it's going to be whistled a block. And Franklin will go to the line with Macy Bodenheimer to shoot 2.
Yep, she's 0 for 2 on the night.
That one calls in. It'll be Melanie Hoyle to check in for Bodenheimer following this if it's a make. And it rattles on too. Check that. Tran checks in for Bodenheimer. Yance to inbound it. Hicks comes to the ball and receives it. Back to Yance. Tran picks her up. Yance beats her with a left. Goes left again all the way to the hole. Lays it up and good.
Look at that.
So Ashton Yance puts that one in, and now it's 49-33, 4:40 remaining. And these Lady Devils, Jeff, have played outside of their mind tonight, to be quite blunt with you. They have made buckets and free throws left and right, had big plays from everybody on the court. All six.
All 6.
That they've got playing. And now the big question is, do they have enough left in the tank to finish it off?
I believe they do. You're watching them play with a lot of excitement right now and a lot of just passion. I mean, you can see every bucket they hit, every free throw they make, it adds a little bit more to that. I hope we finish this thing off. I really do.
Yeah, it's
they deserve it.
14-point lead now. 4:29 remaining in this one. Swain basketball. And Coach Michael Turner talking strategy with his troops here as to what they want to do for the final 4 minutes of this one. Free throw line has been kind to them. I would imagine Franklin will be reticent to foul because they've made good. I know they don't want to put Ashton Yance or Grace Cabe on the line.
No.
You might want to try somebody else, but not those two. They've been very successful tonight. So, again, the problems occur that Cabe now has 4 fouls. Collins is on the bench with 4 fouls. Charlotte Jackson providing steady minutes in her stead. And now Yance with 3 fouls will trigger the ball in. And full court pressure by the Panthers. Cabe goes all the way to the hole.
Great execution.
Beautifully done. Well thrown by Ashton Yance.
Yes, it was.
A full court pass, and Cabe finishes that one off. Here comes Tran. She shoots it. Shot is off. Yance corrals it. Can she hang on? She goes to her knees.
Jump ball. Franklin.
Another jump ball. We've had a million of those tonight, it seems like.
I feel like I've been in a middle school game.
Yeah. There's been a ton of them. Woo. So now 4:09. That one's inbounded to Drake, who works against Jackson.
Good job, Charlotte, moving her feet, though.
Tran and Lindsay Reaches in.
Hey, her first.
That's okay.
Her first.
4:04 mark, but they're shooting free throws
Yes,
rather than
they
having
are.
to run the clock in their offense.
Tran's first trip to the line tonight.
Should be 1-1 still.
Yes.
That one did not hit the rim.
Anything, guys, come on.
So it'll be Swain basketball. Yance to throw it in again. Let's see if she goes with that deep pattern again, Coach. You may want to take some notes.
She's got it if she wants it. Yeah, I'm going to need one of those next year.
She might fill the bill for you. Back out to Yance. She shoots a three inadvisably, but it doesn't go. And out the other way with it comes Hoyle. Ahead, shot by Drake is short. There's Hicks with a steady rebound. She charges the other way now. She's got Yance coming. And Ashton makes
it. How in the world
it.
she did that?
Should have been and one, it looked
yes,
like.
She
got a lot of contact. 53-35, 3:30. So make them use clock, girls. Make them use clock. Good job by Grace to back off on that. Three on the way. It's back iron. Cade boxed out, did her job. She's got the ball, finds Yance. Yance ahead into the front court. Steams on her own, goes all the way to the hole and is hammered, but no call. Be out of bounds off of Franklin. So it'll be timeout. Swain, 3:14 your time, 13-point lead. Lady Devils with the basketball. We've got men to follow. Again, the Swain connection with Franklin. Coach Tony Clemens and Coach Doug Clemens back on the bench for the Panthers, former Maroon Devils.
Yeah, two greats. I was aggravating Coach Doug over there earlier. I saw him. I said, Coach, you back at this full-time again? He said, yeah, and I'm loving every minute of it. So, you know, I mean, when it's in your blood and you've done it forever, it's hard to get away from.
Well, he's an excellent coach and excellent for young men to be around, and he's done a lot of good in the Franklin community. So, to me, if he wants to coach, it's kind of a no-brainer.
Absolutely.
If you've got the job, put him in there.
That's right.
Nobody better than a Hall of Famer to come coach your team. So,
and to be a little selfish, I'm kind of glad he got the job because that helped us probably keep that guy right down there,
that's
Mr.
true.
Turner.
That's true. We did get to keep Michael Turner out of that. So that was a win for Swain. So Shook will inbound it here, 3:14 remaining. Franklin in a man-to-man, girl-to-girl, if you will. Yance with it on the wing, kicks it back out to Hicks. Hicks will hold. Tran's got her over to Cade. So this is a modified four corners, Coach, it looks like to me.
It is.
Cade goes to the basket. No call. They couldn't see it. Now they're going to be bailed out on the backside as it'll be Swain basketball. So Shook will inbound again. Trying to get some movement. Has it for Hicks. She'll bring it back out. Improves herself, goes in, and
the
it's
foul.
foul.
There we go.
So the foul on Nevia Tran.
Her second.
And that will put Lindsay Hicks to the line. We're under 3 minutes now. 2:58 to be exact. 53-35. Front iron no good by Lindsay.
You know, I hate to even mention this, but at the same time I don't. Lindsay's not scored a point in this second half, and we've upped this lead like we have.
Yeah, she was having a great first half, and they chose to go single her out defensively, and it kind of took her out of the ball game. But down the stretch, she's going to be critical. Shot with her foot on the line. Yance with another rebound, comes out of there with it. Now, Ashton's just figured out, just put it on the floor to steam all the way to the hole, which she does. It'll be Swain basketball. And Shook will inbound it. 2:43. Uh-oh.
Come get it. It touched Franklin. Come get it.
And that's a foul on Hicks.
Be her second.
So to the line goes Sydney Rowland now.
Be her first trip tonight.
Taylor Collins back at the scorer's table. And that's no good. She's got Jackson, and what a great job Charlotte Jackson did.
Absolutely.
For a very short-handed Swain team. She may actually be the player of the game, Jeff.
Did exactly what she needed to do.
So now Swain to inbound it, looking for some movement. There's Cabe open. Back over to Yance. Yance goes by Tran, crosses herself over, and he goes right by her with a nice move. She pulls it out. She's got Hicks. That ball's tipped. Let's see if they call it. That ball's tipped.
No, it was tipped. No. Oh, come on. Oh, man.
So Franklin basketball, 2:25. Inbounds to the corner. Swain traps it. Shook gets beat on the cut and then fouls. So that's going to put Kanan Drake on the line. Kiera Shook picks up the foul.
Her second.
So Drake goes to the line.
She's 1 for 2 on the night.
And that one rattles out. This 2 minutes, 21 seconds can't tick off that clock fast enough for Swain fans.
That's exactly right.
And that one goes. Yance to inbound again. And underthrows that pass just a little bit. Franklin using some clock, which is a good thing. Just keep on them, girls. Make them work. Make them work. Cabe steps in and drags that one out. Then finds Yance, who goes to her left hand again, weaves her way back to the right, is fouled.
Holy cow.
Holy cow, what a shot.
Woo!
Ashton Yance with another big bucket. Now here goes the Panthers hard to the corner, shot on its way, all the way over and off. Yance has got it. They stop her dribble this time, and she finds Lindsey Hicks. Hicks will bring it up. We're at 140 and counting now, 55-37 your score. Hicks crosses over on the top, over to Yance on the wing. Cabe comes back up, Shook's got it. Waited a second too late, and there's a timeout.
Good.
So Coach Michael Turner calls the timeout. It'll be a 30 to bail out the double team there. 1:26 remaining, 55-37 is the score in favor of the Lady Devils. How many points has Ashton got?
She's got 14 huge points now and 8 rebounds. You look at Taylor Collins, she's got 9 points, 13 rebounds. Grace, she's got all kinds of stuff. I can't even figure it all up right now.
And to Taylor's credit, she spent the majority of the fourth period on the bench.
On the bench, that's exactly right. Called a lot of ball games up here with you, and this is about as proud of a group as I've ever been, I believe. If we can go ahead and finish this thing off.
Yeah, they've shown a lot of character out here
tremendous
tonight. And nobody has backed down. Nobody has shrunk from the situation. Everybody has just turned the accelerator on a little bit more to make sure that they've got it where they need to. Now Lindsey Hicks can probably just dribble out this clock.
Good pass.
And it fumbles out of bounds off Taylor. Tough break. Good look. Lindsey and Taylor developed some really good chemistry on that particular move this year. So we're right at a minute now, and it's Rowland buzzing down, dishes it off over there to Drake. She looks inside. Yance and Collins have got it now. Here comes Lindsey. She's got all the way to the bucket. No call.
Holy bum, man.
And so the Panthers come the other way, but we're under a minute. Collins in the hip pocket, Cave down low. Goes back out to Inslee. Shot is blocked, then tipped. Shook goes to the ground to get it and commits a foul, but you can't fault the hustle.
No, sir.
That was blocked by Cave, tipped by Collins back to Cave before it was punched away. So 41.5 remaining in this one. And to the line will go Kanan Drake for the Panthers.
She's 2 of 4 on the night.
That one's good. Panthers still have a big deficit to crawl out of. It'll be really hard to do. They've got to stick some threes and get some fouls to stop the clock, and I've not seen them shoot the ball from three enough to believe that they can shoot it enough to get back in it. Yance will inbound now. Cabe is open, so they find her. She stops and then loses the ball. She's too fast for her own good, but we've known that for a long time about Grace.
You got to live with a couple of those.
Absolutely. So Franklin will inbound it, 38.6. Rowland goes to the basket, punched away by Hicks. She's got it back now. Will work against Inslee. Hands it off to Yance. Yance crosses over to her left hand, goes into the front court, finds Lindsey over there.
Just hang on to
We're
it,
at 25
Lindsey.
seconds left.
It's going to happen, Coach.
We're under 20.
We're going to win this thing.
And the Lady Devils are going to survive, if you will.
Unbelievable win. What an effort.
We're under 10, and Hicks is just going to hold it for the final. And there's a foul, so Hicks will go to the free throw line. 4.8 left officially, 55-39. To recap for you, Alyssa Smith left in the first half with an injury. Looked like a broken nose, perhaps.
Yeah, I'm sure it was.
From what it is, Bree Ross has still not returned to the Swain bench. She was injured right before the half with a lower leg injury of some sort. So we'll see how that plays out for her. Aya Johnson and Willa Bible not dressed for this one. So they have something going on injury-wise. So things starting to mount up for Coach Michael Turner and his troops for the stretch run in the Smoky Mountain Conference. But you know the way they've played tonight.
Better never count them out.
Absolutely. A big 56-39 win for the Lady Devils over the Panthers, and they did it with 6 players, folks, and a great gut character check on their part. So kudos to Coach Turner, Coach Blankenship, their staff, and these ladies for the job that they did here tonight. They got the win. We'll be back with men's action here in just a few moments.
listen. I came with the heat, man. I swear I'm not.
From Franklin High School, number 10, Andrew Terrell. Number 22, Zach De La Cruz. Number 30, Jay Bick. Number 32, Brock Kleppel. And number 40, Ty Chastain. And now, please welcome your Maroon Devils. At forward, number 15, Jesse Waldrew. At one guard, number 20, Gage Southerds. At center, number 12, Zeke Bradley. At one forward, number 24, Seth Parker. And the other forward, number 10, Briar Yatz.
All right, we are set to get underway for men's action in this one. And, Jeff, it's Maroon Devils coming off a win last night. Is that correct?
Yeah, big conference win over at Robbinsville. Said the guys played really well, played really hard, but talked about it again. Going to see which team can bounce back from 2 consecutive nights of action.
Absolutely, and the Maroon Devils in the same situation as the Lady Devils, if you will. They start this game with 4 players on their bench for substitutes, and all of those log heavy minutes every night out, so no rest for the weary. Parker does battle jumping it up, and they'll be controlled by the Panthers. Quickly into the front court is Jay Bick. He passes it off. De La Cruz with a 3, and it's good. So Zach De La Cruz, averaging 16 a game, has the Panthers on top here early on. Pressure from the Panthers. Southerns to Yance, and now it's close to 10 seconds. He's got to bring it up, and does. If he beat the 10-second count, it was just barely. Parker in the corner finds Waldrop on the wing. To Yance in the corner. Aggressive 3 by
good look by Zeke Bradley.
By Yance, rebounded by Bradley. Then he dumps it into Jesse Waldrop for an easy layup. So 3-2 early on. Cutter off of that is poked away by Waldrop, picked up by Parker ahead, tipped out of bounds. That will be off of Jay Bick, and it will be Maroon Devil basketball. 7-12 just underway. The Lady Devils were winners in their contest earlier today. That one's thrown way out of line. Bick's got it. He beats Yance to the spot and lays it in. So now Southern's into Waldrop. Bradley behind the back. Floater goes. He misses it. It's punched out of there, and here comes Kleppel the other way with it. Kleppel Euro steps, leaves it short. Bradley with a rebound, and there's going to be the first foul of the game committed by Jay Bick of the Panthers. So no pressure now as they back off of that into the front court for a half-court trap.
Oh, boy.
Is Southerns, and he almost drilled Yance with a pass. Waldrop's wild shot goes over the backboard to the other side, and now the Panthers set their offense. De La Cruz out top. Waldrop's got him to the corner now with Bick. He catches the cutter, which is, no, that's Bick, sorry. Bradley with another rebound. He comes out 1-on-4 on the Panthers. They turn their back on him. Zeke goes all the way to the hole, lays it in. So Zeke Bradley with a good aggressive move here early on, 5-4 Panthers in the lead. And that'll be Terrell on the wing over to Kleppel in the corner, and he looks for Dela Cruz, fakes a shot, moves and improves his position. It's almost out of bounds, saved over there. And double clutch by Kleppel, and he got that to go, almost blocked, and he brought it back down, shot it right before he hit the ground.
God, how in the world?
What a shot.
Woo.
And now here comes Bradley again behind the back, looks ahead to Yance, and he lays it in. Fast tempo early on. We'll see how that affects the Maroon Devil legs later. Cut off there by Waldrop was Kleppel steamrolling to the basket.
Jesse's first.
And so it will be, should be Panther ball underneath. And it is. So to inbound it to Dela Cruz, 3 on the way from Dela Cruz, and he drills it. Zach Dela Cruz, a 6'2 senior. Again, they use Bradley to break the press, raked out of there by Terrell. He goes the other way on Yance now, kicks it, but it's out of bounds. Nice play over there by Ross Clapside. Let's scoop that one up. He was in full shooting mode.
He was ready to pull
so you know, he was ready to pull the trigger. He was catching in position. So now Southridge comes up against the half-court trap. It'll be Terrell and Dela Cruz. He goes all the way across court to Waldrop, who can't handle that pass.
Third turnover.
And it's out of bounds. So Kleppel will inbound it to Bick, who will control the action as he brings it up. Panthers coached by longtime coach Doug Clemens, who's back this year. Hall of Famer here at Swain High School. Punched out of there by Waldrop. Now he goes the other way. Yance running to get into the fray. He's punched out of there, but right to Yance, and he drops it in. So Briar Yance pulls the Maroon Devils back to 2 at 10-8 here at the 4:55 mark. So this game starting off with a frantic pace, whereas the girls' game developed very slowly.
Yeah.
That's punched by Yance, can't get it out. Waldrop goes for another steal, but Dela Cruz controls it. Now weaves his way in, pulls it back out to Bick. Bick over to Kleppel. Kleppel looks back for Dela Cruz. Ball fake, penetrates back to Kleppel. Kleppel works against Bradley, spin move up. I think Parker got a piece of that.
I think he did too.
And Waldrop comes away with a rebound before handing it off to Gage Southridge. Southridge trapped. He throws it right to Kleppel. Kleppel threads the needle, and that's pulled out of there by Yance on Andrew Terrell. It'll be Panther ball underneath. Bradley Vestal quickly off the Swain bench. Let's see who he's going to get. Looks like it's Seth Parker with an early breather here. The good news for both Panthers and Devils, 1 foul each here in the early going. That one's punched away by Waldrop on Kleppel. Kleppel hands it off to Terrell out front. Terrell moves to the side and finds Ty Chastain. Kleppel, or not Kleppel, check that. That's punched around right to Dela Cruz, who ball fakes and lays it in.
That kid can fill it up.
And he is filling it up.
8 points.
That one's punched ahead, but knocked out of bounds by Dela Cruz. Southern's ahead of the crowd there, but couldn't get that pass. The inbound from Southern's to Yance. He finds Waldrop in the corner, hands it to Southern's. Deep corner for Southern's.
Boom, knocks it down.
And he drains a 3 over there to give the Maroon Devils back to within 1. Terrell on the other end, 3 from the wing, and it's good. So it's raining threes out here in early going. Bradley Vestal charges up the side unchecked. Now he'll pull up at the Devils logo and weave his way around while the offense sets itself. He finds Waldrop up top, swings the ball to Southers on the other wing. Southers is going to try another 3. That one's off the mark, rebounded by Terrell, and he will steam the other way with, and that's a foul, and it's going to go against Zeke Bradley, but Zeke did as good as you could do right there. It's a shame that that's called a foul. And to the line will go Jay Bick. He's a junior, as is Dela Cruz, for these Panthers. Seth Parker back up off the Swain bench, and that's good by Bick. And Parker is going to get Zeke Bradley here for an early breather. Bradley picks up that first foul. It's only the second of the game for the Maroon Devils. Bick set to go with his second one. That's back ironing off right to Chastain. Chastain is fouled underneath. Let's see if that is on Waldrop, and it is.
His second.
So Jesse picks up 2 early here. And into the Panther lineup is Cole Doolittle. He's a senior. Kleppel puts it on the floor, goes by Parker, misses the layup, and pulled out of there by Briar Yance. Hunter Call awaits at the scorer's table with the next dead ball for the Devils. Inside to Parker, good ball
nice
fake.
Move.
Yance to Parker, puts that in. And here comes Bick the other way, weaving his way around. Terrell all the way across. Kleppel with a mid-range jumper. It's off. Waldrop with a rebound. Got a lot of Panther arm on that. Timeout quickly by Scotty McMahon. So 2:46 remaining in a fast-paced first period here from Swain High School at 16-13. Panthers.
Oh, I can't keep up. Between the fast pace and trying to keep up with these stats, this is a fast and furious pace. Wow.
And in case you're wondering, the Panthers did play last night also. They were at Pisgah, as we pointed out in the girls' game. A key conference showdown for both squads, actually. The Robbinsville and Pisgah, big conference showdown for those guys. So big games for both teams. So I know they expended a lot of energy trying to win those games last night. Both of them did. But they've opened up with a frantic pace.
Yes, they have. They look remarkably fresh.
And I can't help but feel things will slow down as we move into the third quarter. And foul trouble may do that. That may be where we see the fatigue set in the most, is in decision-making and slow hands. Bradley Vestal works against the half-court trap. It's aggressive here. He goes through it. And to the corner to Southers. Ball fake. Back up top to Yance. Yance looks to rotate it. Finds Vestal underneath. Parker's there, but Dela Cruz edges him out of the way and then hands it off to Bick. Bick has it poked out of there by Southers. Parker, and Southers spill to the floor, and it will be Swain possession on the jump ball. First jump ball of the men's game, the 252nd of the night. So it'll be Yance to inbound from over in front of the Swain stands. Hunter Call has checked in. He receives the inbound pass. Southers gets double teamed. Yance quickly swings it around to Vestal. Clean look at a three by Bradley, and it's down. And so we're tied at 16 with 2:19 remaining in the first period of play. That one's punched out of bounds. Good hands over there by the youngest Bradley. And it will be Franklin ball. Jay Bick will inbound it from over there. He gets Kleppel in the corner working against Seth Parker. Kleppel puts his head down and steps out of bounds. Yance with a helping hand. It was a good move by Kleppel. He just lost his footing and ended up spilling to the ground. And the best part of that play, in my opinion, is no foul call.
No foul call.
There wasn't a foul on the play. Would say the same thing if it was our person who fell. Parker misses that. Call punches it away, almost gets it out of there, but here comes Terrell the other way. He goes by Yance and now looks for the open man. Dela Cruz improves his position, shoots it with Vestal in his face. Southers gives up possession by Terrell, and Terrell, the point guard, snuck in and got a bucket for the Panthers on the non-box out. Call to the baseline, jump stop, up and in. Hunter Call puts that one in. So 18-18, again in a frantic first quarter here. This will be Terrell working on the wing on Southers. Kleppel up top, finds it back over on the wing to Doolittle. Doolittle puts it on the floor, finds Terrell underneath, who snuck away from Gage Southers, had another look at a layup, and Southers fouls him to prevent the layup. So
this Terrell kid, man, he's active. He's got 7 early points, a couple rebounds.
He's at the line now. He averages 10 a game for the Panthers. Shoots 84% on the season, and he misses his first one. Into the game will be Tyler Harrell. He's got Jay Bick for the Panthers. And a second free throw on the way for Terrell now. And to the scorer's table is Bailey Watts. That one's good. Watts will check in. He's got Terrell. Yes, Terrell. Dela Cruz ran off to get some instructions from assistant coach Tony Planis. Now Vestal works up court. Goes off the Parker screen, reverses his way around. Yance just now coming onto the scene, takes the handoff inside to Parker. Parker up against Dela Cruz, banks that one home. So Seth Parker with another bucket puts the Maroon Devils on top. And that will be Doolittle weaving his way all the way to the hole. Shot is up and off, rebounded in there by Watts. Shot on its way. Yance can't corral it. Franklin maintains it. Dela Cruz fires a three. It's off. Hunter Call tries to track it down. Franklin gets it back for a third time. And Dela Cruz tries to dump it off inside. It'll be backed back out, partially blocked. and Yance picks it up. Vestal now leads the break with a call, and that's going to be a foul from behind.
Oh, got him.
That'll be on
Kleppel.
Brock Kleppel, Jacob Waldrop, and Jack Stuckey off the Swain bench with 29.7 remaining. It'll be Swain ball underneath. Both of those gentlemen come on the floor. They'll get Yance and Parker. There seems to be some confusion. Swain thinks they were in the act of shooting. The officials say it was on the floor, so it'll be Swain ball out underneath. They go deep to Southard's with it. He goes to Waldrop in the corner. Waldrop works around the double team to Vestal, and it's dribbled out of bounds. 25.3 in your first period of play. Dela Cruz inbounds it to Tyler Harrell, who works it up court now. Hunter Call will pick him up, work off of the screen. Stuckey switches now. Ball fake back outside to Harrell. He ball fakes, goes up, shot up. It's off. And Waldrop saves it. Fortunately, right to Southard's. We're under 10. Southard's ahead to Call. Fired it at his head. Call could not hang on to it. Coach Deets trying to make the call for him on the far side if they'll listen to him. He's got it, Swain ball. They disagree with him. So 5.7 remaining. Swain will pick up full court here.
That may be the only time I've ever seen nobody listen to Coach Deets.
True. Jacob Waldrop with 3.3 remaining commits a foul, and that will put Cole Doolittle on the line. So Doolittle with a pair coming his way. He was in the act of shooting. 3.3. He has a chance to give the Panthers a lead after the first period in all likelihood. So except for Gage Southard's, Coach Scotty McMahon has turned the lineup over now for the Maroon Devils, giving them a breather in this one. That ball's battled for, slung out, and that'll do the first period. Tied at 20 here at Swain High School. We'll be back for the second period of action. So the second 8 starts just like the first 8 did, tied. Franklin will return to the court with the same 5 they left with. The Maroon Devils counter with their starters back on the floor, with the exception of Bradley Vestal, who takes the spot of Jesse Waldrop thanks to Waldrop's 2 fouls. Franklin works it around the perimeter. That's Harrell back out to Doolittle. Doolittle penetrates. Harrell a clean look at a 3 over there, and he
knocks
drains
it down.
So Yance and Bradley work it up now. Kleppel picks up Bradley. Bradley tries to turn the corner and does, but it doesn't go. And he will be fouled going to the basket. Should be 2 free throws. That looks like it's on Brock Kleppel.
That's 2 on him. No, we're taking it underneath.
He is their leading scorer at 18 a game, by the way.
We're so good at that inbounds play. A little
nice
out
shot.
and right back.
Good soft hands by Zeke Bradley. Now Kleppel looks to get in the scoring act. His shot is off. Briar Yance with a rebound. Fires it at Vestal. It'll stay Swain ball. And in for Kleppel is Chastain again. Kleppel sits with 2 fouls. And Coach Plemons changing his defense.
Oh, look at him. You got number 12 on him. Had old Zeke.
Yance with a deep 3 on the way. Back iron no good. Southers chases it. So does Dela Cruz. Dela Cruz with it. Hands it off to Harrell. He goes up court quickly to Doolittle. Doolittle improves into Dela Cruz. Clean look at a 3, and he knocks it down. So Zach Dela Cruz on fire from the three-point line here early on. Yance to inbound it. Goes deep to Bradley. Bradley dumps it over to Seth Parker, who lays it in. Nicely done. And that's a good way to beat a trap. Just go over it. Doolittle in the corner. Looks back in the middle. Spin move. Punched out of there by Vestal. Nicely done. Southard's in the lead, but he couldn't control his dribble as it kicked away from him. And now he comes across over to Bradley. Southard's on the logo. Back across to Vestal. Vestal improves inside. Lays it up. Thought he got fouled. No foul called. And the Panthers come the other way, leading by 2. Nobody stops dribble. And then Doolittle off to Harrell again. Back out to Dela Cruz. 3 on the way. It's up and off. Southard's with a rebound. Southard sprints into the front court. Kicks down to Vestal. Clean look at a 3. It's good.
Boom,
Bradley Vestal knocks that one in the hole, and we're tied. No, check that. The Maroon Devils take a 1-point lead, 27-26. Harrell into the front court for the Panthers. Over to Watts. Watts trying to make a move. Lost the handle. Now back out to Harrell. Harrell hands it off to Doolittle as they exchange positions. Yance tries to stop him. Parker steps in to help. Too late. And a bucket for Cole Doolittle. Bradley Vestal into the front court now. Crosses over. Turns the other way. Southard's on the wing. Looks back across. Then goes inside to Parker. And that steamrolls out of bounds off of Parker. And it will be Franklin basketball. Waldrop, Terrell, and Bick all check back into the lineups for their respective squads. Seth Parker takes a breather. 5:26 in the second. Into the front court is Jay Bick with it, guarded by Briar Yance. He and Waldrop switch. Now Terrell turns the corner. Dela Cruz stopped on a dime and moves around, passes it. Waldrop is there, weaving it around, and he hands it off to Zeke Bradley. Bradley turns the corner, shoots the floater, no good. Waldrop keeps it alive. Southers punches it back to Bradley. Nicely done. Bradley goes up with it and is fouled on the play by Jay Bick. Should be his second.
It is.
And Zeke Bradley will go to the line looking to give the Maroon Devils the lead.
Zeke 62% on the year.
And that one's good. So quickly Tyler Harrell back in for Bick, who has 2 fouls. And this is Bradley's second shot. Game tied at 28. That's back iron, no good. Punched out of there by Waldrop again, keeping it alive. Yance can't keep it in there, and Yance is going to get called for a foul.
Briar's first. And that should be team, looks like 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's what I've got, 6.
So a warning from the officiating crew to Coach Plemons over there on the bench. They didn't like his reaction to that foul. And Franklin into the front court. Terrell off the dribble, pulls up, shoots it. Zeke Bradley pulls that down, looks out deep, nothing there. Now he's got it, but right to Dela Cruz. So Dela Cruz back the other way, penetrates, kick to Harrell. Harrell, whoa.
What in the world?
Is that legal?
I didn't think so.
So Bradley had that one. Now Southers looks ahead but has nothing. Fires cross court to Waldrop, improves himself and lays it in. A timeout, Franklin, with the Maroon Devils on top 30-28. Coach Plemons is not at all happy with his troops as Swain has broken open into a 2-point advantage here early on, 4:23 remaining before the half. And we should say to you that the Lady Devils were victorious in their game tonight, 56-39. And a big win for Swain in that they finished that game, Jeff, with 6 players, and it remains to be seen what will happen Tuesday for that squad.
Hey, I mean, they've got real uncertainty, obviously, with Smith and the nose, but then Bree Ross, we're not really sure still what's wrong with her. But, man, I'm telling you, those 6 that were out there, I could sit here from now till tomorrow morning talking about them. Phenomenal effort.
Absolutely,
Just
and
incredible.
Every single one of them stepped up to make big plays. It wasn't like it was Lindsay or Grace doing it. It was all of them.
All of them.
Really stepping up. Charlotte Jackson, tremendous minutes.
Kiara Shook,
tremendous minutes, and just a great win for them
it was.
moving forward. So the Panthers will have the ball here in this contest at the 4:23 mark. Zach Dela Cruz will inbound it. Bradley Vestal comes down to apply a little token pressure to him. because Dela Cruz has been far and away their most effective scorer here in this first half. Dela Cruz works with it on the corner. 2 post players in the same post. That doesn't work too well most of the time. Vestal steps in and cuts off that pass that was headed for Ty Chastain. Now to the corner to Yance. Yance ball fakes, 3 on the way, and it's
Boom!
good.
Knocks it down.
Briar Yance feeling better, folks. He's playing like the old Briar, and that's good news for the Maroon Devils. Boy, he's all over in the back.
Gotta be backcourt.
I have no earthly idea if it was or not, but it sure looked like it. I'm pretty sure we've had backcourt call for less this year.
Oh, good spin
Nice
move.
spin move in there by Bailey Watts to put that one in against the taller Bradley. And now they look to double Yance. That shot is off by Bradley. He tracks it down, gets it again, tries to bull his way in, and he's going to get whistled for an offensive foul right there. And that will be 2 on Zeke.
2 on Zeke. Yes, it is.
So now working up court is Tyler Harrell. Parker off the Swain bench for Bradley in all likelihood. That one stepped in on Jesse Waldrop, who's been very active this half. Vestal too far under, can't lay it in. The outlet pass is thrown out. Southers cuts it off, but now Harrell all the way to the baseline to Chastain, who makes a move back out to Harrell. 3 on the way. It is off.
There's that kid again, man.
Southers giving up position inside. There's a long down court pass knocked away by Dela Cruz and handled nicely over there by Jerry McKinney. Cole Doolittle hopped up off the bench and ran in. Seth Parker has got Zeke Bradley. 3:08 remaining in the half. Effective minutes from Bailey Watts. Very impressive down on that low block.
Good footwork.
Parker cross court to Yance. Yance all the way down low to Vestal. Vestal works inside and banks it home. Nicely done by Bradley. 35-32 Maroon Devils. Under 3 minutes before the half. Into the front court goes Andrew Terrell. He works out front, guarded by Southard. Screen on the way from Doolittle and Dela Cruz. Vestal switches. Now Dela Cruz looks at a jump shot.
He thought about it.
Over to Terrell. He looks to the low block to Chastain. Back up top to Doolittle. He penetrates, finds Chastain. Chastain forces it through. Dela Cruz chased off the three-point line. Now Terrell with a clean look at a 3 over here, and he knocks it down.
He's solid.
So we're tied at 35 again, and here comes Vestal into the front court, kicks it over to Southards. Southards fires that pass into the corner, and it'll be Franklin ball. 2:17 before your half. Terrell again, open, short mid-range jumper, knocks it down. So Andrew Terrell, the last 5 for the Panthers. Southards into the front court against the trap.
Another turnover.
And timeout by the Maroon Devils. Coach Scotty McMahon has seen enough. He will take it. And he's taking a full timeout. 2:03 before the half. Cheerleaders going to do their thing. We'll be back with you on Tuesday. I forget who we play.
I was fixing to ask you the same thing.
You'd think I'd know, but I don't.
See if I can find that for us here real quick.
Maybe Rosman.
Rosman?
Taking a shot in the dark there, to be honest with you folks.
It is Rosman.
Good job, Joe.
Ding, 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 ding. Joe Holt with the correct answer.
So the Tigers will be in town.
He wins a free pass to all Swain High athletic events. Joe Holt, our winner tonight. He didn't hear a word I said.
No, he didn't hear it. So the Tigers in town Tuesday. We'll be here for that call with you. It'll be an interesting girls game because that Lady Tiger team is high octane up tempo. They want to score in the 70s. And so that'll be an interesting go. And this guys game is always touchy with them because they're such good three-point shooters traditionally. Terrell tries to go to the corner. Waldrop saves it but can't save it to himself. And it goes out of bounds into the vacant student section. So Franklin will inbound it. We're under 2 minutes before half. Dela Cruz with the ball, working against Bradley Vestal. This Dela Cruz is an impressive young man.
Yes, he is. He
can shoot it. And nobody stops Doolittle, and he goes all the way to the hole and lays that one in. So now Vestal will bring it up. The Maroon Devils trailing by 4. He changes directions, finds Southards. The ball's kicked and not called. Now it's called. So it will be Swain basketball. Gage Southers to inbound it from right in front of the Panthers. Kick it into Waldrop. He finds Yance on the other wing. Yance and Parker will work the two-man. Nope, check that Waldrop. He's double-teamed, poked away. He saves it and lays it in.
Good body control.
Good job, Jesse Waldrop.
6 big points for Jesse.
Harrell into the front court, tries to cross over, punched out of there by Southerns. He comes away with it, leads the numbers, dumps it to Waldrop and lays it in. So tied up again on a 4-0 run by the Maroon Devils. We're under a minute to play in your first half in what has been a dandy so far here from Swain High School. Yance just a step late with that one. And there's Dela Cruz again.
There he is.
Away.
Can't give him an ounce of space. Wow. 4th three of the night.
Waldrop all the way to the wing to Southard. Southard goes almost out of bounds with it. And Waldrop misses it. No call. It'll be out of bounds, outlet to the Panthers who have numbers. Dela Cruz goes in, misses it. Vestal with it. Now Vestal will charge the other way in a wild, rambunctious set. Yance with the pass. His shot is short. He'll get his own rebound, though. Dumps it to Parker. Parker tries to go in. Is fouled, but no call, and that'll be out of bounds off Briar Yance. Into the ballgame will be Bailey Watts. He's got somebody. Dela Cruz will get a break with 14 seconds left.
Wow.
Stuckey and Jacob Waldrop into the game.
That's a break.
And out is Parker and Yance. And we're at 13 seconds as Terrell brings it across half court and will pause to count it down. He gets instruction to go from his coach. Now he tries to cross it over. And
3 seconds. 2.
Terrell with a shot on the way. It's off. And that's going to do your first half of play with the Panthers on top, 42-39. So we are set for third quarter action. It'll be Maroon Devil basketball. Swain will start the same way they started the ball game with Southards, Waldrop, Parker, Bradley, and Yonts. The Panthers will start the same way they started the ball game. And Swain will inbound it now against this half-court trap. Kleppel works up top. He has 2 fouls. Tries to punch it away from Waldrop. He hands it over to Bradley all the way across court, all the way back, making that defense move. It's a ball fake, double team now. He's got nowhere to go. He puts it on the deck behind the back wildly, and Kleppel comes away with it. He'll steamroll into the front court and lays it in.
Only his 4th point of the night, averaging 18.
Foul trouble has saddled him in this one. How is that? That wasn't backcourt.
How was that backcourt?
He didn't cross it. Wow. Okay.
I've seen some strange calls tonight.
So now Terrell works into the front court against Southards. He's got a screen waiting for him from Bick. Bick moves back off of it. 3 on the way from Bick, and it's good. And that's the old NBA trick. Bick stuck his leg out and tripped Gage Southards and went down. The one Reggie Miller is known for.
Yes.
So for that, Bick will get a chance at a three-point play and expand to the biggest lead of the night for either team. It rolls around and out, and here comes Zeke Bradley up court. Kleppel allows him to go by. Bradley dumps it off to Waldrop. Back to Bradley. Bradley dumps it over for Southards. Southards inside to Parker. Parker ball fake, swings his way around, punched out of there by that guy again, Bick. And it's Kleppel into the front court. Back to Dela Cruz. Improves his position. 3 on the way. And Southards lets Bick go right by him for the rebound, and Bick will shoot a 3 and make it.
Have to get a timeout.
And there it is, just like you said. And that was the Maroon Devils' inability to box out on the backside that cost them dearly. And a timeout ensues. 11-point lead for the Panthers, and it has been a 8-0 run to open this quarter.
Yes, it has. I was looking at the stats there. They had 7 threes before we started this second half, so you got 2 more there, up it to 9. I mean, they're shooting lights out right now behind the three-point line.
Well, we have come to expect that from Doug Clemens' coach teams. They shoot the ball extremely well. I don't know if he uses shot caller method or what he does different than other coaches do, but his teams tend to shoot really, really well. And if they are a reflection of their coach, then you know why, because he shot it really, really well. And there's another turnover. Dela Cruz is going in. He's going to try to maybe dunk it, but he just lays it in instead. And the run continues. Wild pass out of bounds.
5 turnovers to start this second half. We've not played 30 seconds yet.
And the Maroon Devils are failing to make the simple play instead of the complicated ones. Back to Dela Cruz in the corner. He and Terrell work the game, trying to get Chastain on the block. Bick passes it off to Terrell. Now he looks at a screen from Kleppel. Back to Kleppel. Southards is on him. Now Kleppel goes to his left hand all the way to the hole, contact, and that's going to be on Waldrop. His third. I would have to assume that Brock Kleppel is someone who doesn't mind contact.
No.
It can handle it in the paint.
He looks for it.
That one's a little short. And this half-court pressure has really been troublesome for the Maroon Devils here in this third quarter. The first half, they didn't have as much trouble with it, but now they're struggling. And now the Panthers back off of it, but it's still there. They punch it ahead to Southards, back cross court to Bradley. Bradley to Parker inside. Parker fouled. It goes up and in, but no call underneath. And here come the Panthers the other way. The Maroon Devils on the board for the second half. Dela Cruz works his way to the left. Now circles back to the right, finds Kleppel out at the three-point line. He fires to Terrell, who again is wide open.
Lord of mercy.
And Terrell cans another one, and it's a 14-point lead.
17 big points for Terrell.
Yonts looks at a 3, and then he tries to find Parker inside and overshoots him. Another turnover. I think this might be a time when Coach Mack would like to go with a complete 5-person substitution, but he can't do that. He doesn't have 5 over there. So the Panthers work it on the wing. Swain just switches the screens. Now Kleppel works against Yance, passes back to Bradley, and looks at the screen again. Dela Cruz in the corner, guarded by Southards. To Kleppel underneath, he muscles his way in and drops it home. So Brock Kleppel begins to exert himself here in the second half.
I don't know if it's the number. I don't know if it's a build. I don't know if it's all of the above. He reminds me of Blake Griffin.
Yeah. That Parker basket off the pass from Bradley, and here comes Kleppel in, and he is hammered that time. Let's see if it's Parker or Bradley. If it's Bradley, it's 3. It is.
Zeke's third.
As if things could get much worse at this juncture for the Maroon Devils. Kleppel to the line. And he misses another free throw. Shooting only 60% on the season from the line. So I guess the 2 misses, not much of a shot. He misses that one, and Zeke Bradley's got the rebound. He'll bring it up himself. Southards and Yance getting instructions over here from Coach McMahon. We're slow to move off the spot. It's punched out of bounds by Franklin, and it will be Maroon Devil basketball. Waldrop back to Southards, all the way across the court to Yance. Yance, a deep 3 up and on its way. It's back iron, no good, but Southards tracks it down. Goes behind his back, inside, all the way back out to Yance again. 3 on its way.
Hey, he knocks that one down.
A much-needed shot in the arm for the Maroon Devils, who trail by 11 now. And here comes Bick all the way to the basket, does a little acrobatics, and lays that one in a la Kyrie Irving.
What a move.
Southards to Waldrop. Waldrop penetrates behind his back, loses it momentarily, and then tries to go up, and he got that one to go. So the Waldrop move surprised the Panthers, and that foul is on Terrell.
His first.
Bradley Vestal into the Swain lineup. Let's see, he's got Seth Parker at the 4-minute mark. The regular substitutional rotation for the Maroon Devils. As many people might remember, Seth Parker coming off a knee injury from football season where he missed almost the entire season. And timeout Maroon Devils. It'll be a full one as we do it. And we'll remind you, if you want to follow the Maroon Devils all year long, the best place to do that is maroondevils.com. That's maroondevils.com all season long for all the information and news that's important here in the Maroon Nation. Jeff and I covered a big wrestling match this past week as the Maroon Devils took a huge win over the Bulldogs. And to be honest with you, that's kind of fun.
It was a lot of fun. I went home jacked out of my mind that night.
If you didn't see the article on maroondevils.com, you weren't here or didn't watch us on the Maroon Devils Network, the Maroon Devils took a 82-0 dominating win over the Bulldogs.
It was crazy. Looking back on that, I can't even remember but about one faint time that a Murphy wrestler even had somewhat of an advantage over one of our kids.
Yeah.
It was just total domination.
Yeah, the only thing that wasn't a pin was a major decision, which it was dominant on the Maroon Devils' part. I think that was it Mac Long that scored the decision?
It was Mac Long.
And Mac pretty much dominated that match from the get-go and had his man, if you remember, pinned about 3 different times. But various things ended up bailing him out of that for the major decision. So Panthers basketball as we resume action here. And that'll be Bick on the wing, back to Dela Cruz up top. Slips the Kleppel screen. Now Kleppel ball fakes, drives all the way to the hole, lays it in.
Man, he's really inserting himself in a big way.
Yeah,
he had 2 points at the half. Now he's up to 10.
Yeah, the Panthers' leading scorer has awoken here in the second half and been ultra aggressive.
Hey, congratulations. Y'all did a great job. Talking to Coach Blankenship here. We've just been bragging on y'all, man. Hey, Coach.
So Bradley spins his way in and lays that one in for cut it back to 10 here. And Terrell will pass it off to Bick, who works over on the wing against Vestal. Down to the corner to Ty Chastain. Kleppel on his way to screen for someone and then spin back to the line. That one hits Terrell, who was in the right place at the right time, but it was too far under the goal to make the shot. Zeke Bradley with a rebound. Now he charges ahead the other way, weaves in and out, bounces it off his foot. That'll be out of bounds.
Who scored for us right down here?
Good question.
Okay.
I don't know.
I'm going to give it.
Coming out of that timeout, Waldrop was the last person to score, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
Backdoor cut by Terrell back out up top, and now Kleppel puts his head down, goes hard to the hole. Bradley fights for it. Waldrop comes away with it. Punched out of there by Kleppel. He's got it. Waldrop bounces off of him. Now he passes over Dela Cruz, 3 on the way. We're out in line with it, and it's good. 64-51. Yachts and Southard's work it up top. Now Vestal on the wing, trying to swing that 1-3-1 defense. And we got a foul on Ty Chastain. Did he call that on 40 or 30?
30, I believe. Bick, I think. Should be his third.
That is his third if it's him. So Yance up top, long 3 on the way. It's short and off. 2:30 remaining in this third period of play. Quickly in for the Panthers is Cole Doolittle, who was very effective in the first half. Played some major minutes there. And here he comes again as he brings this one up court now against Vestal. Bradley hedges over to stop him. And now Dela Cruz will work against Briar Yance. Terrell, 3 in the corner. It's up and off. Punched out of there right to Chastain. And Vestal comes away with it. Fights his way out of it. It's Dela Cruz to defend. That was thrown up and no good. Dela Cruz with a rebound. Here comes Kleppel working against Bradley. Bradley's quick hands punch it away. Then it's a fumble. Bradley still got it. He fumbles it away. Is he able to get it back? He does. And then is fouled by Dela Cruz on the play. Wild play ensued. Woo! Zeke was trying every way in the world to get that ball ahead to Briar Yance and just scooped it up and went on in with it.
That's all kinds of craziness. Is that 22? Dela Cruz, they call that on? Yes. Yeah. His first.
Lots of argument ensuing from the Franklin bench. I don't even know if that went or not. Did it?
It did not, no.
So I was trying to watch the bench because they were really involved, and that one's out of bounds. It'll be Swain basketball. So Gage Southard's will inbound it for the Maroon Devils. They trail it by 13. Bradley inside has it blocked. That's got to be a jump ball. If they blocked it at the apex, it's a jump ball. But it's called a walk. So 13-point lead, under 2 minutes remaining in the third period for the Panthers. They have a whole gom of people up top. Kleppel again into the paint, short-range jumper. It rattles around and off. Bradley's got that one. Now Southard's will bring it up the right side. He's got Vestal ahead. Vestal's got a 3, chased off the line. All the way inside, goes up on the other side. Bradley Vestal, part magician to get that one up and in, but he does so and cuts the Panther lead to 11. Cross court to Dela Cruz, blocked by Yance. That's why the change in coverage was made. And now Yance steams ahead to Vestal. Vestal goes around Terrell and lays it in. Swain under 10. Had a 9-point advantage now for the Panthers. 106 and counting. Doolittle over to Kleppel on the wing against Bradley. Kleppel wants to work. He goes across the lane, looks to shoot it back out to Dela Cruz. Now he cruises into the baseline, and that should be on Yance.
Number 12. Zeke Bradley?
He just targeted Zeke because Zeke wasn't even in that play. You can rewind that all you want to, folks.
Cow.
That foul was on Briar Yance, and that goes to what I've said and said at the Tuesday game. They have singled out Zeke Bradley. And, folks, let me tell you something. They may think it's a temper issue with Zeke. I've never seen a young man work harder on getting his emotions under control than he has.
He's absolutely done a phenomenal job of that.
And to be penalized for past transgressions, if you want to call them that, is just ludicrous.
It is, absolutely.
Hunter Call and Seth Parker back into the Swain lineup. Bradley has to sit down with 4 fouls. For the second straight game, he's had to work with foul trouble that, to be quite frank, was not of his making. So Yance inbounds to Vestal now, and now they will try to turn it over. He finds Southers, dumps it off to Yance. Vestal up top, guarded by Terrell. Vestal puts it on the floor, back out. Punched there by Kleppel, but Gage has got it back out. Call in the corner. Works baseline left-handed, and there's a blocking foul on the baseline. That should be on Tyler Harrell.
12, his first.
So Southard's will inbound here. Right to Kleppel. Kleppel steams the other way. And Hunter Call with a block, but he got a lot of Kleppel's arm too. And so Brock Kleppel will go back to the free throw line. We had talked before about 60% is what he's shooting there.
Yep. He's 1 of 3 on the night so far.
Which, to be honest, is a little surprising. He shoots 57% from the field and then 60 from the line.
Yeah, and he's got great form. I mean, it's not like he shoots quirky or anything like that. Nice rotation on the ball. Knocks both those down.
Knocked both of those down with no trouble. So Vestal checks out. Jack Stuckey checks in for the Maroon Devils. 28.2 seconds left. Southard's with the ball, clock running. Maroon Devils down by 13. Yance on the floor to Southard's. He splits them with a double team. To the corner to Stuckey, fakes the shot back up top and punched out of bounds by Watts right into the cheerleaders. So Yance will inbound it from over there in front. Stuckey breaks open, then hands it back to Yance. Yance tries to go, but is fouled. And they've got fresh into the game Chaz Allen with the foul. It always bugs me a little bit, Jeff, when the high school kids can grow a better beard than me.
Me too, without a doubt.
Chaz Allen's facial hair is better than mine.
He's got a good one.
I don't mind admitting it. Stuckey puts it on the floor, then tries to go up with it. We get a jump ball out of it. It'll be Franklin ball. It's one of those cases where Stuckey needed to just go up instead of
catch
take
it and go.
that
That's
dribble.
right.
We're under 10. It's 6 seconds exactly, to be honest with you. Under to 2. He goes all the way to the hole.
It's a good look. Lord of mercy.
And sticks it. And so a productive quarter for the Panthers as they take a 70-55 lead over the Devils. So big third quarter by the Panthers have put them in the driver's seat of this one, a 15-point bulge that the Maroon Devils got to eat away at. Coach Mack wasting no time as into the game will be Bradley right away with 4 fouls and all. They've got to have him aggressive, and he goes up. Let's make sure it's not offensive on him. Trying to shoot. It'll be on Bailey Watts, his first.
His first.
So Zeke Bradley will get a pair here. A chance to try to cut into this 15-point bulge out of the very productive third quarter from the Franklin Panthers. And he's short. Zeke's having a tough time.
He's having a tough time tonight. 1 of 5.
I don't know how many minutes he played last night, but I'm going to guess a bunch of them. Against the Black Knights, that was pretty much a must-win for the Devils. So it looks to me a little bit like Zeke's shooting with tired legs from the free throw line, which would be understandable. Terrell works out front. He's got it over to Doolittle, penetrates, and that's Kleppel. He puts the ball on the floor and slings it up there, but he's going to go get it again, and then Bradley can't get the rebound because he's hammered underneath there. That shot's off, picked out of there again, punched out by Bradley to Parker. And Zeke was treated pretty rudely down there that time.
Yeah.
No call. Ripped out of there by Chaz Allen, who goes the other way with Kleppel. And that shot is off. Parker goes over the top of Allen and gets the rebound and then is held by Allen.
24, Chaz, his second.
We Should be in the 1-and-1.
Should be in the 1-and-1. Yeah.
And that's going to put Seth on the line. Seth, not our most productive free throw shooter on the year.
No, he's not. I'm not going to say the number.
It's low.
It's low.
Let's just say 1 out of 2 here would raise it.
Come on, Seth. Looky there.
Talked him into it. Make 2 out of 2. So Parker set to shoot another one, and the Maroon Devils on a little modest run right here.
Look at that.
He makes them both. And Swain on a 4-0 run. Shouldn't it be 4-0?
4-0 run.
Terrell and Kleppel working a 2-man game. Yance dives in there to try to force that one loose, and we got a foul on Breyer.
It's going to be his second, I believe.
Dela Cruz and Big back into the ball game. I had almost forgotten that Dela Cruz wasn't in the lineup, and they had to send him back. So Terrell sets the action. He's got double screens working over there. Kicks it back over to Jay Bick. Bick now goes on the floor, kicks it over to Terrell, 3 on the way, and he misses it. Bradley with it. Chaz Allen again bothering Bradley underneath. And Southardge goes back court with that one, but no call. And then Yance tries to go to the corner, and there's Dela Cruz. And Waldrop backs off of him. Dela Cruz shoots it, but then Jason's able to track that down. It's the most open he's been for one, to be honest with you. And that one was kicked. I'm not sure by who, but it remains Swain basketball. All the way across court, Bradley with it inside to Parker, but Waldrop ends up with it. Waldrop shoots it over the goal, expecting contact. It wasn't there, and Kleppel is bounced out of bounds by Yance. So Breyer quickly with 2 back-to-back fouls, and now he has 3. And Brock Kleppel will go to the line to shoot 1-and-1. It's 70-58. Seems like we had 55 at the half and scored 4. Is that not right?
Yeah.
So it should be 59. Is that what you got,
That's what
Joe?
I thought.
Kleppel makes that one 71. Makes that one. And the Panthers are on the board.
Yeah, because Seth hit 2 free throws.
And Bradley was mauled that time by Chaz Allen. And no call. I think that was on Southardge.
It was. Gage, his third.
And sends Kleppel back to the line.
He's making a living there now.
Well, he has turned the aggression level up.
That's point 15.
In the second half, he's averaging 16, so he's all over that. Terrell almost with another steal. Southardge with his head down, and he's able to get it to Waldrop, who puts his head down, flies by, misses the shot. There's Allen with a rebound ahead to Kleppel. Bradley has to leave him alone. He misses the shot, comes away with it himself, and Southardge had him by the arm.
Number 20, his 4th.
So back to the line goes Kleppel.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He's hit 6 in a row.
Maybe that jinxed him. Yep. And Vestal in for Waldrop. Kleppel with a second one coming his way.
Knocks it down.
Southard's off the line, fires it right at Chaz Allen. He collects it. Now here come the Panthers. Nobody gets back, and Kleppel's got another layup.
It's getting away from us.
Big time.
Big time.
Good pass to Parker.
Good look.
Maybe that stemmed the tide. Bradley with another assist.
6 assists for him.
Terrell to Dela Cruz. Yance and Vestal swap off on him. Hunter Call ready to check in for the Maroon Devils. Kleppel's going to hold it over there against Parker. Wait for the offense. Chaz Allen over the wing, and there's Dela Cruz.
There he is. 6th three-pointer tonight. 6. 24 points.
Vestal cruises his way in. Dela Cruz pulls it down and heads the other way. Weaves his way off of the screen. Parker punches it, but Terrell retrieves it. I'm not sure what defense we're in. I'm not sure the Devils are either.
Boy.
That's Terrell. Nope, check that.
Who was that, 30?
Yance can't corral the full court pass, and here come the Panthers again. Dela Cruz open on the line. He's got another 3 on the way, but he misses that one. Fortunately, there's enough white shirts standing around that time to corral that. Passed it off. Missed shot. Dela Cruz with the rebound. Here come the Panthers again. All the way across to Bick. 3 on the way from Bick. Southard's has got that one. It's off of Chaz Allen, but he tracks it down. Dela Cruz, another look. That one's off. Vestal with the rebound. He's got a run out. Kicks it ahead to Yance, who almost got a 3-point play there. 4 subs at the table. That's all Coach Mack has got. So they're all coming in. 3:53 remaining. It's a 22-point lead here for the Panthers, who have run away from this thing in the second half.
Yes, they have, in a big way. Looks like it's about a 40-21 so far, differential, second half. Yep, 40-21.
Yance cans the first one. And Bradley Vestal stays. Everyone else is new. Coleman Saunders checks in for the Panthers. It's his first action tonight. Second one from Yance is in. Hunter Call will check in for Breyer. Dela Cruz will inbound it for the Panthers. 82-62, 3:53 remaining in this one. It's Tyler Harrell bringing it up. Kleppel on the wing, guarded by Jack Stuckey. Kleppel puts it on the floor, blows by, and is fouled.
Is that 15?
Uh-huh.
He is 4th.
And so Kleppel back to the free throw line.
Should be his 13th and 14th attempt. Knocks that one down.
Mason Sequoia set to check in for Kleppel at the next opportunity if Kleppel makes this one.
He does.
Kleppel will take a seat. Sequoia checks in for his first action of the night.
That gives Kleppel 20 points. He's got 20, De La Cruz 24, and Terrell about 17.
So out of the fray with it comes Harrell. He'll look ahead. Dela Cruz still patrolling the three-point stripe. And there he is. Underneath Chaz Allen, who goes baseline, spins it up and off. Sequoia's got it, and he's going to be called for a travel. So Stuckey will inbound it to Vestal. 3:13 remaining, 22-point lead for the Panthers.
So Bradley kicks it to top, looks over to Waldrop, checks the action inside, gets a screen up top, works it back to Hunter Call, takes the 3, misses.
And Sequoia's got a breakout right
big
here,
Sequoia.
but he probably didn't want it. Hunter Call with a nice block right there, rebounded by Chaz Allen. And he is fouled by Waldrop, who's just fouled out.
Yep, should be 5. So one of the other boys is going to have to come on back in. Looks like it's going to be number 24, Seth Parker.
So Parker checks in. Waldrop checks out. That's Jesse Waldrop. Jacob still in the game. Into the line goes Chaz Allen, who misses his first one. Cheerleaders still doing yeoman's work over there. Appreciate the enthusiasm.
A lot of the crowd's already gone.
Vestal into the front court. And that one passed out of bounds. It'll be Panther basketball. So 25 turnovers so far by our count for the Maroon Devils.
Whew. Not what you want to see as a coach.
No. So Coach Clemens clearing the bench here. Parker picks it up. And Harrell swats it out of bounds. So Kobe Manning and Corey Gilbert are set to check in. Be 2 shots for Seth before that can happen.
It was a big 2 for 2 on the night.
Don't say that.
Oh, I jinxed him.
Don't say that.
2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. He's got 14 points, though. 14 points, 4 rebounds.
Dela Cruz and Chaz Allen check out for the Panthers. So a lot of fresh jerseys out there for Coach Clemens and his group. Parker's second one bounces off Sequoia with a rebound. Jacob Waldrop digs at it but can't get it out of there. Now Tyler Harrell will set things up. Coleman Saunders thought about it. He forces one. Hunter Call grabs the rebound. Call heads into the front court with it over to Waldrop. Parker will head down to the low block and then filter out. Vestal penetrates and kicks it over to Call. Call goes to the basket hard, is fouled. And at 2:07, Hunter Call will go to the free throw line. Fouls on Sequoia.
His first.
That one's off. So the back-to-back nights reared its ugly head in the third period instead of the start of the ball game.
Yeah, you called it, that frantic pace. We just couldn't keep up with it. Just got away from us there in that third quarter in a big way.
It's, people think it's always fatigue means that you can't run as fast or whatever. That's part of it, but the other part of it is mental fatigue.
Oh, absolutely.
That's what shows up more than anything else.
Because when the mental goes, the physical is going to come right behind
Absolutely.
it. Every time.
Got a foul on the play. I think it's on Jacob Waldrop. And that will put Kobe Manning on the line for the Panthers. He misses the first.
With the second one, knocks it down. Kobe Manning, first point of the night.
So he's on the score sheet. 86-63. We're under 2 minutes left in this one now. Parker passes. It's batted out of bounds by Manning over there.
Ian Brooks didn't even flinch over there. We're right by his ear.
Never moved a muscle.
Never moved.
Stuckey takes the inbounds pass and dribbles over to the other side and then finds Vestal. Vestal lets Manning clear, then punches it down low to Waldrop, who can't get it back, and then finds Vestal. Nice pass. Should have went.
Should have went.
It was well done. Now nobody gets back from the Maroon Devils. There's 2 Panthers back. And that's something that shows up as fatigue too. Not getting back on defense, just brain tells you to, but it's just so hard to do.
Yes, it is.
It's going to be Coleman Saunders with a 3. He misses it.
There's Big Sequoia.
He lays it in. He's on the score sheet. His bench is ecstatic for him. Vestal to Waldrop to Parker. Parker weaves his way around. Call has it. And lays it up and in. So Hunter Call with a bucket, and we're under a minute to play in this one. Gilbert ahead to nicely done by Vestal behind the back now. He goes
Give him
out.
alley-oop.
And good use of his body by Bradley Vestal. And he'll go to the line and shoot a pair here. As we are just a tick under the 50-second mark. Vestal misses that one. He's one of our leading free throw shooters on the year, and that was a little bit of a weird style. He kind of took it and stepped into it like he was shooting a shot and never looked down. Does it again, hits that one. So 1 of 2. And that'll be Tyler Harrell as he works it up against Vestal. Gets free of him. 3 on the way by Saunders, and there's that guy again. Sequoia with a rebound. Shot up and off by Gilbert. We're approaching 30 seconds and counting. Vestal into the front court. Parker with it. Back to Vestal. Hunter Call, 3 on the way from Hunter. It's back iron and no good. It's tracked down over there by Manning. He saves it to Harrell. And again, the Maroon Devils let Gilbert behind him, and he throws up a wild shot. We get bailed out. That'll be on Jack Stuckey. And put Corey Gilbert on the free throw line.
Corey Gilbert, a senior.
He nails that one, so the Panthers a shot at 90 points here.
Hey, there's Alyssa Smith back in the gym over there.
That's a good sign.
With a nose bandage.
Hunter Call puts the ball on the floor, tries to hand it off, but turns it over, and we're under 10 seconds now. Oh! And at the Hunter, at the end, Corey Gilbert misses a dunk, which he'll have to pay for on the bus ride back, but much to the joy of the Maroon Devils. That's going to wrap it up here as the Panthers come to town and take an 89-66 win over our Devils. And we'll be back with you on Tuesday night, so join us for all the action of that one as Rosman comes to town for another Smoky Mountain Conference game. And thanks for joining us tonight. See you down the road.